Hello, so welcome to this video for COMP3218, Game Design and Development at the University of Southampton. My name's Dave Millard and I'm here with...
Hi, I'm Luca. I'm one of the demonstrators on the course.
So in this video we're going to have a look at a few games that the students have handed in for their second coursework. Luca, do you want to say a little bit about what we asked the students to do?
Yeah, so for the second coursework, we asked the students to create a narrative game with some branching story options, inspired by one of three of Aesop's fables.
Brilliant. Well, that said, let's get on and have a look at the first game. Okay, so our first game is called Froggy Fates. Okay. Oh, all right. So I like that. It's a nice start screen, big and bold and bright. Music's a bit loud for me, so I'm just going to go and turn the mix down a bit, and then we'll come back.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, all right. I like the font across the top. That's really nice. I guess we better have a look at the controls to start with. See where we've got to. I really like the keyboard layout thing, but I'm never going to remember this. WASD, attack, left click, JOX, jump is space, Ventry is tab, dash is shift, select interact is E, move.
So you can like pick from one of two different control schemes, basically, I think.
Yeah. So jump is, so I've got space, tab, and shift basically, and interact. Okay, we may well forget this. We will see. There's no. Do I just click somewhere? No. Controls. So I don't think there's any exit from this screen. That I can see. That's a shame. So I can't click. I can't escape.
No escape or anything.
Escape.
Okay,
works.
escape.
Escape works. Right. Right. Let's. I guess start the game. The world has been fractured into three regions: Undergrowth, Moon Lake, and the Church of the Heron. Nice.
Ooh.
The King of Undergrowth wishes to smother Moon Lake, contaminating their water. The Eel Princess of Moon Lake wishes to let their water wash away the Church of the Heron. Okay. The Church of Heron ruler wishes to let his fire rage across Undergrowth, burning all in its path. So they're setting up these three kingdoms basically in opposition to one another. Okay, discover the ruler's motives and decide the fate. So did I read that right? That there's like three ones and each one wants to destroy the next one, basically.
Yeah, and then that sort of like presents us with the motive that the player has as well.
Okay. Right, so I can't remember what there was to progress dialogue. I can't click, space, enter.
A or D?
A or D, no. Escape, no.
You give it a restart and then just go straight into the game.
I think that's our best bet. Okay, so if I just go straight into the game this time and see if that makes a difference. The world has been... So I don't think I can move through this, so we just have to sort of sit and watch it. I love the Church of the Heron. That's a great...
The Church of the Heron, yeah.
Okay, so we've got Undergrowth, Moon Lake, and Church of the Heron. Okay. This is quite a nice way of presenting these as almost like a sort of a simple cutscene as well, with the backgrounds showing the different kingdoms.
Yeah. No, I enjoy the introductory sequence there, giving us a little bit of each kind of level.
Yeah. It looks to me though that this is still... So the yeah, I really can't see how to progress this at all. I'm going to try one more time and I'm going to have a look at the controls to make sure I've got the right key. And then we might have to try it in Unity. Let's see where we get to. Okay, so we have success. We are in the Unity editor and it's working. Yeah, and here we are. So we're going to explore and try to remember what all those keys were. So I can't jump. I appear to just be able to sort of flop. Oh, I can jump, but it's not up. It's a spacebar. And I can attack. What was the other attack? Was
inventory as well, and dash probably.
Oh yeah, it was dash. Oops, that's my inventory. Oh yeah, all right. I've turned the audio right down for this because it was very loud and you can barely hear it. But there are nice little squishy frog sounds as I move around, so that's good. Speak was E, I think. Frosted Guide.
Nice.
Hello, traveller. Welcome to the neutral region. No wars here. You can find Moon Lake above, Undergrowth below, and the Church of the Heron to the right. Safe travels. And then what do I always select with left and right? And then what do an E, presumably? Thanks for the info. Okay. Oh.
Nice. Oh, and you can push them.
I can push him around. That's interesting. Can he come on my travels with me? Could help me out? Was that? Oh no, he falls into that hole. Do you think that's why that hole's there?
Almost certainly, yeah.
What a nice little graphical effect as well, with the wind coming across.
You get the lighting.
And the little light. Oh, it's exciting.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I cast an exciting shadow. But not always. Only over here. Okay. So, yeah, it's up for one, down for the other. Do you think down? Where do you think I'm going?
Well, it was up for the moon. I think it would. I assume it was down for the heron and across for the undergrowth.
Or was it down for the undergrowth and across there? Something like that. Wish.
Something like that.
Let's make a wish. Oh, that's nice.
That was a nice graphical effect.
What do you think the wish was? Ah, avid wisher. Did you just do that to the fountain? Yeah, I wished. Wish for what? Okay, guess I'm special. Can I select the space? No. Yes, you are. Okay. Okay. I can attack as well, can't I? Oh yeah, I've got. But the attack was. I can't remember the keyboard shortcut for attack, so the attack's over there on the mouse button, which is a bit unfortunate.
X or J perhaps?
Oh yeah, J was a thing, wasn't it? Ah yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, alright, so I've got J as well. Though, to be honest. Okay, this looks a bit... I can't remember which one it was, but it looks like Kingdom of the Herony?
Yeah.
Possibly? Let's go in here. So there's a Church of the Heron. The thing. What do you think the thing is? Oh, speak. Sorry.
Nope.
Sorry, I didn't realise I could speak to you. I just attacked you.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So we had some sort of bar popping up that reacted to our action there.
Yes. So read this. The church is falling apart. Frogs are in disarray and some have been reported falling into the lava pits. If only we had a powerful ruler to save us from this disaster. Okay. Hello?
Oh, I think you were missing some gold back there.
Was it? Oh, do you think that's what that is? Ah.
Yeah.
And
you've got your little yellow squares.
Top left-hand corner.
At the very least.
Yeah, let's talk to this fella. Hello. Cultist Zob.
Cultist Zob.
Yeah, let's meet the heron. I'm happy to do that. What if we make a deal? What kind of deal? The heron has ordered a sacrifice, saying it will increase his holy power. I disagree, though. I see you have a weapon. Please help me stop the sacrifice. Yeah, all right. Yeah, okay. I'm going on very limited information here, but it's getting me to make some moral choices. Oh, I've got a quest. Come with me when you're done. Okay, so if I hit tab, find the sacrifice. Can I click on that or anything?
Judging by the meter with the smiley face on one side and the angry face on the other,
Yeah.
we can see that we're like going towards the good side of morality by making the choices that you have so far.
Okay. It's a piece of paper. Today is my first day working for the Church of the Heron. I have a cool uniform. I'll be helping to give sermons soon. Okay. Control measures. Sounds interesting.
Ooh.
All right. I'm sort of feeling I'm feeling a little bit lost, if I'm honest, but not necessarily.
You got
in a
another
bad
wishing
way.
fountain?
Can I wish the wishing fountain? Yeah, I wonder what that does.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that looks like the heron.
Healed you back.
Healed me from... Okay. Speak. Speak, child. Church wants log gone. Church wants eel gone. Only church remain. What do we think? Do you want to see if we can help? It's pretty horrible, right?
Ooh.
I think, and we're a frog.
That is
and they're
pretty
a heron.
horrible.
Not sure that you're horrible. Child is spec to me. Fight. Oh, crikey. Ow, ow, ow. Get off, get off, get off. I feel totally unprepared for a boss fight, if I'm totally honest.
Oh, damn. Alright, well, you respawn here.
Yeah. If I can just... Wait. Get off me. I don't think that's going to work.
I don't think your escape path's blocked off as well.
Wish! Heal me, sacred fountain.
Does the game push you kind of back through if you get too far to the right?
Oh, it actually might have opened there. No. Oh, it is
Alright,
open. It is
back
open.
to here. Yeah.
Yeah. Does it? If I go too far, I can't. I just can't get through.
So that puts you all the way to the leftmost side of the scale of having just attacked the heron. Rather sinister.
I have a feeling that this is not going to go well. I'll try one more time. See if I can jump. I just seem to be jumping into the blocks, if I'm honest. Got any sense of the heron's health? Not really.
No, I mean you can see the heron is like there's a little blue face, which I assume is the neutral when we get close, and then he goes to the angry face.
Right. This is seems to be going a bit better. Yeah, we got the heron.
Hey, success.
Success. There we go. Just and then we can heal up again. So we still not entirely sure what I'm doing though. Although I have to say, I love the heron character. That was great. In fact, on that note, should we start going through the presentation?
Yeah, sure thing.
So, what's
right off
first
the
on
bat?
list?
The graphics, audio, and information design. It seems that a lot of work has gone into these graphics, including using the lighting engine and everything.
Yeah, I mean, I think it looks really nice. They're really nice characters. They're very characterful. I think it looks rich. I think the areas. I mean, we only seen this area, but we saw them in the beginning, sort of montage,
the little teaser.
So they look quite distinct. Animation's really nice. Sound effects are really nice and complete. I think they've done a really nice job. It looks really good. I mean, what would be an excellent for that?
So that would be impactful, complete, effective, and appealing. And then
I think
below and above that would be professional, complete, and effective, or memorable, complete, effective, and appealing with novel or especially creative elements.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's definitely the graphics and the sound are definitely the excellent level. Information design, it's also pretty good, right? I'm kind of flashing when I take damage, so I can see. I can see the arc of my sword. I can see where I can attack. I've got the gold is very clear. The health is very clear.
You've got pop-up UI elements like the read there. So it says piece of paper, and then you get close, and it tells you can interact.
So I think it hits excellent on all of them. So I guess the question is it memorable, right? And I think it kind of might be getting there.
I suppose we do have 2 more biomes to experience as well.
That's true, yeah. So I think maybe we should say it's sort of, perhaps on the way to prizeworthy with what they've done.
Yeah.
Really, really nice job. Oops. Except I can't get out of this now. Is that because I'm being useless, or because I can't make the jump? I'm being useless.
Okay. Then the meaningful play of the mechanics, the controls, and the bugs. So we did have the initial bug of getting into the game,
Yeah.
but we are now able to play it, if only in the editor, and
Yes.
there doesn't seem to be anything preventing us bug-wise from progressing now, so...
No, I think it's all okay. This is the fellow I wanted to get to. Trapped Frog.
Trapped Frog.
Honestly, going to like this place.
I did see that we had a little pop-up, but I was busy reading the Trapped Frog text. I didn't see what the pop-up was.
Was that our quest? Was our quest to find this?
Yes, because now we can set him free and prevent him from being sacrificed.
Let's do that. Oh, you're too kind. Accept a gift. What? Oh, gift. Oh, I was just thinking, nothing in my inventory.
You may need to go and tap the white sphere. Oh, maybe not.
Pick up.
There you go.
Sharpening bark. Tab. Sharpening bark. What do you think the sharpening bark does? Oh.
Increase some damage.
I could use this to sharpen my sword. It's got a little blunt lately. This could sharpen, give it some extra bite. So how do I actually use it? How do I actually use it to do the thing? So that's select.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't have any options. I don't really have a mouse. Okay, I'm not sure how to use the sharpening bark. Or whether it automatically uses. So automatically...
Yeah, perhaps it's just applied.
Okay, so I feel like we've done a thing. If we talk to... I'm a bit worried about approaching all these people because I'm never quite sure if they're going to attack me or talk to me. Cultist. Have you? No.
And push him back through the corridor.
Yeah. Can I push 2 of them back through the corridor? No. His buddy's too... Okay.
I wonder if that's an intentional blocking mechanism of being like, you have to kill one or both of these fellows in order to get through.
Yeah, it could be. I'm getting a bit nervous.
You do have the option to fight them.
As we play this, I am getting a little bit nervous that they've got a different he's following me. Oi, get off. And there was a strategically placed fountain up here, wasn't there?
There was. Up into the
Up here somewhere. There we go. Yeah, I'm getting a little bit nervous that we're not going to get to the end of this because it seems quite big. So interesting. I don't seem to be able to. I'm just turning around too quickly.
Yeah, because you've got a little bit of startup frames before the swing of the sword comes around, and then it seems that you can like turn in that startup.
Yeah, so I'm not attacking him. All right, let's try and get out this way. Well, we've come to the Church of the Heron and killed the heron. So, I'm back here. I think I get out. That's the frog. Oh, there was a way up here, wasn't there? I came back and saved the frog. So I could. Oh, no, that was the jump I said I wasn't sure I could make. There we go. Right.
In the meantime, about the mechanics, controls, and bugs.
Yeah.
We had the brief disclaimer about the initial bug, but beyond that, how are the mechanics and controls?
So I would say that the moving around's pretty nice, the jumping and the moving, and it feels like it's sort of relatively forgiving. Oh, I've got a chest.
Uh-huh.
Do you think I should go down here.
Oh, you may need to interact.
Yeah, no, I did. I got some. I think I got
you
a
did,
bunch of
okay.
money. I think.
Ah, nice. I see.
Oh, that's where I fell down. So I came in this way. Oh, I can get out that way.
Okay, nice.
Okay, so it's sort of. Hello, were you successful? Will you help me sneak in now? Okay, but I just walked in. Will you? Okay, I don't want to insult him, but I don't want him to help me.
If we go with the sneaking option, we'll see what that unlocks. Yeah. Okay, we've gone a little bit towards the green, but we're still morally corrupt.
Okay. You'll find the door to the right is now open. It was already open. Yeah. What?
I see.
Okay. Thanks for that. Right. Okay. Oh, you're back. Hello. No,
I think that's the guy that you previously hit by accident
I
before you spoke.
Killed him by a terrible accident. Okay. Well, I've gone and accidentally killed the heron from the Church of the Heron.
All right.
Anyway,
you come out with some gold and a damage upgrade.
Probably. Yeah. So controls then. We got to go down. Was it down for the undergrowth place? Let's head downwards. Ah, yeah, we're here.
Yes.
There we go. Do you know what? I really like the. I mean, that's nice, isn't it? With the light coming in through the window. That's really cute.
Yeah. And the tile dithering between the brickwork and the green area.
Yeah, really good, really good. And the little birds and things floating around outside. I like the smooth transition as well. It just kind of.
Okay. So either your morality just went up a lot, or your morality is relative to the location.
Yeah. Let's finish off. We were talking about the meaningful play, right?
Yes.
So if we break it down, we got the kind of mechanics, the controls, and bugs. So we had I think it was a minor bug, and obviously it disappeared when we did the build, so it wasn't game breaking for us. Controls I think are pretty good. Combat feels a little bit clumsy, but again, I'm very new to it because they haven't really given me much practice. So I would say the controls are pretty good.
A good would be engaging, reasonably complex game with multiple mechanics, smooth controls, may still have very minor bugs.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that it's kind of it's definitely at that level. It is certainly engaging. I feel like I'm playing it. I'm concentrating on it. I think to go above to excellent would be fun, right? Which I know is difficult to do, but we said that's higher complexity.
And higher complexity.
Yeah. So I think possibly do we have higher complexity here? We've got an inventory, we've got standard sort of running and jumping, but we've also got combat. We've got an inventory. We've got a dialogue system. We've got sort of a morality system going on. So yeah, I would say in terms of meaningful play, it feels like it's either knocking on the edge of excellent or actually there already.
It's one of those things where I want to see more of the game so we can see the consequences of what these mechanics are doing.
So I reckon I think we can say it's. I mean, in terms of actual gameplay, it is relatively limited. That's the only thing I would say. In terms of me actually, that I've had some relatively complex environments to navigate, but it's not like I'm doing a lot of fighting and gameplay to progress. Right, I'm sort of just feel like I'm relatively gently exploring, which is fine. But even so, I think kind of certainly I would say it's it would be sort of between good and excellent, maybe.
Yeah.
And let's see if it develops as we go through. What is this place? The Undergrowth. I'm surprised you didn't manage to read the massive text show up as you walked in. Yeah, thanks. Jerry's a bit sarcastic. We're ruled by a pretty lazy king. No one's cut the grass in years. All right. Oh, loads of stuff. I'm here to meet your king. Lead me to your king now. Can you tell me about your king? King Log is super lazy. All he does is stare at his reflection in the pond. You should ask the guards. Okay, let's do that.
Thank you, Jerry.
Thank you,
And
sarcastic Jerry.
we've got a Jerry. Jerry has a high opinion of us because if you stand next to him, you've got a green face instead of a blue face.
Ah, yeah. Little neutral face. I like that. That's really nice. Another nice little bit of information design. That's Scribble. Taste the flies in here. They're really yummy. Yeah, thanks for that, Scribble. Handy. So he's blocking our path, which is kind of interesting. I wonder
He is.
wonder if I'm going to have to hack Scribble to death at some point. It seems a shame. King Log statue. The beautiful Log King.
Incredible.
Very good. Tired frog. Look at that sword. Reckon you could cut down some of the vines down there. I've been trying all day. I'm like, oh, it's just another side quest. Yeah, they're just down there. Where? Oh, they should have said there. They're on the stair.
Yeah.
Come on, man. I'm not in the mood for this right now. Right, where are the vines? Down there to the left. Thank you. All right. Oh, ouch.
There they are.
So these are the vines, I'm guessing. Very satisfying little splat when you kill the... There's loads of them. There we go. I'm kind of wishing that W was jump. But anyway, that's just me. Okay. Oh, yeah. There we go. Is that the last one?
Nicely done.
Yeah.
Aha, one more. Beneath you.
Oh, damn. I did that thing where I turned around again as I was... There we go.
Aha.
There we go. Thank you so much, man. I should pay you some health, maybe. Here you go.
Some more gold.
Oh, gold. Yeah, I didn't spot that. I was waiting for...
Up to 101.
Okay. So, actually, it wasn't a way through. Was there a way through over here? That was a way through.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, I got a sneak peek of the log.
Oops. Oh, sorry. Yeah, my mistake. He was probably really important. I'm not quite sure. Maybe he had the quest where I was... The king didn't seem to... The last king didn't seem to mind that I accidentally hacked up one of his people.
No.
So, I'm not sure where I'm going. Oh. Yearly report. The task handled this year and the task pushed to next year. Completed. Erected statue of the king. Placed a bench by the pond for his highness to view his reflect. I think I see where this is going. Next year, remove vines, investigate reports of missing frogs, count fly supply, clean up leaves. Okay, I get the feeling of the priorities of the Frog King. Well, there's a
I do think that
there.
just with a little bit of environmental world building like that, we get to get a little bit of character information, something about the nature of the characters in the story before we've even met them.
Oh, it's Bonk and Zonk.
Bonk and Zonk.
I'm here. Oh, these are the ones who are in my way. I'm here to meet the Log King. How do we know we can trust you? Yeah.
If you go with yeah, they hurt.
I think yeah, they hurt. A few days ago, I saw a frog get too close to them, and they got tangled up and eaten by the vines. Oh dear. We're too scared to get rid of them. Maybe you can help us out. I kind of have. There we go. Come back when you're done.
Instant quest.
Instant quest. Yeah. Great. Thanks for helping us out. Okay. And they... Oh, he'll let me pass. Oh, that's interesting. So he'll let me pass because he's green, and he won't let me pass because he's...
I see.
So, hey,
that's cool.
Why are you just stood here? I just work here. All right. Can you let me through? Sure. Okay, he's happy. Oh, there's the log.
So I'm slightly putting this together with some guesses, but I would imagine you've got one of the two door soldiers there for like a check of have you destroyed all of the vines,
Yes.
and then maybe Zonk is a check on have you got a positive morality in this area.
Yeah, seems that way. What do you? Everyone says you're lazy. Let's just confront the Log King. We have flies, lovely and comfy moss. I have to say, as a frog, this is a pretty idyllic kingdom, right?
It is.
It doesn't have a massive heron that might occasionally eat you, for example. My golden brooch, you could get it back for me. Yeah, all right. Where do you think it is? One of these frogs will have it. Hey, man. Oh, no. Can you let me through? One of these... I presume these frogs don't have his golden brooch. So the only thing I would say is I do feel a little bit listless. I'm quite happy just sort of pootling around and exploring and doing side quests. But I'm missing the kind of big dramatic, purpose. And they did tell me that right at the front, right? They said, go and explore and decide what side you want to be on and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
But I've got this strange side quest. So I think we're not going to be able to play this through again, right? So I'm hoping that in their game notes they've got a description of their structure.
I can open it up and have a look.
Go from.
Yes. I'm going to have to rotate this PDF.
But okay, well that's okay. We can read that one piece of paper. Dear King Log, please take care of the vine issue. The vines continue to grow, and their thorns are even larger than the last time. Okay, keep reading. Rumors of missing frogs. Yeah, who's this from? Please take care of the vines, Your Highness. Concerned frog. Okay, so yeah, getting those little messages about the frog. Oh dear, let me to that. Stop reading. The Frog King being quite lazy. Why don't you jump around? I'll talk to the king. I will jump around with Squibble. He's so lazy. Okay. So we're definitely getting the nice picture of the lazy king. I've got no idea. Oh, that's handy. I've got no idea where his whatever, what was it? It was a golden frog. His golden frog might be. Shall we carry on with the marks?
Yes. I'm just currently reading through the story diagram here.
Well,
by the fact that it has 3 pages tells me that we've barely touched the surface of the amount of complexity this game has.
I fear.
Which it's good to see. It just might not be within the scope so much of the project that we've set.
Yeah, I think maybe it's a little bit too big and sprawling, maybe. But I think they'll still demonstrate what we need. So, I mean, if we think about the next thing we asked for was a story engine, and we wanted 2 different. There's a thing. We wanted 2 different things, right? We wanted a game world that influenced the story, so the story elements would react to what we had done in the game, and we wanted a game world that reacted to the story. So if we made story decisions, there would be a kind of consequence. Actually, let's talk to this person.
So we've seen one example of the latter that comes to mind. Of by choosing to kill the heron, we got the sharpening bark. So our choice within the story there, we enacted out mechanically by killing the heron, and then got a mechanical benefit from. I assume there is also going to be a story beat to that, but and you've got some dynamic camera movement. That's cool.
Yeah, I can look down. That's me doing that. That's interesting. I did not know that. And what I was trying to do was I was trying to attack down, because I've got a horrible feeling it's all going to go badly wrong.
If you jump, you may be able to do an aerial downward attack? No. Okay.
Just an aerial
Shall I take a moment to try and verbally describe the structure of the choices that we've got in the chart here?
Yeah, go for it.
So, at the beginning, you go to the neutral area, and
Yep.
you can choose one of the three major paths to go down of the Church of the Heron, the Undergrowth, or the Moon Lake.
Yeah.
And then at the beginning of each of those choices, they've got the player can choose to talk to the NPCs peacefully or to kill almost everything. And then in the killing option, that kind of skips you to the end of the diagram
Yeah.
and brings you to completing. Oh, that's at the end of the quest. You just read this through. All right, so all of the killing conditions come to like an end node with one of 4 different branches. So you can have the player has befriended all of the rulers.
Yeah.
The player has killed all of the rulers. The player befriends 2 and kills 1, or the player kills 2 and befriends 1.
Okay. All right.
And then if you
out.
go through the peaceful option instead of the murderous option,
Yeah.
you get a little sequence of puzzles that are unique to each area, and they give you so that bottom bar is called
Yeah.
the friendship bar.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. So it really comes down to, well, it really comes down to what you do with the leaders. Do you work with them or get rid of them? Or sorry, I had to come back and get more health because I did such a terrible job of killing the evil frog at the top, who I attacked by accident again.
It's easy to do.
I think that's me, but I was like, oh, dreadfully sorry, but he wasn't having it. I think my best option is to leap into the middle, because I don't think I can do a... Oh, yeah, oh, you're right, I can, actually. So if I do a jump... If I jump, I have to jump and do a down attack. Okay. Yeah. So if I... What if I do it... Ah, there we go.
So at the end of the quest as well, there is a quiz, and then you progress to meet the eel princess. So there's a couple of mechanics that we haven't seen as well,
Okay.
including
Nice.
a quiz.
Well,
Though I imagine that's delivered through the
Well, let's
text
go.
engine.
The two things we're after, right, are game to story. So
And story to game.
and story to game. So game to
And then
story.
there's the richness of choices as well.
Yeah. So game to game to story. I mean, it's got to be things like I've just picked up the king's brooch, right? Am I leaving the kingdom now? Or is this where I came from? I can't remember. Can't remember where the log king is. I don't think he was down here. Is he the other way? I could do with a map, let alone my inventory.
So yeah, I think we do see we've been on at least 2 of these 3 sort of like side quest things. I know we haven't explored the one in the third biome as much, but we are given the game world to story choices of we can talk to the NPCs or we can kill them. And by talking to them, we get a little bit more of the lore of the area, and we get a little side quest unlocked for us. Or by killing them, we get more gold, and we get an easy access to the boss for the area. But seemingly, we miss out.
The log is here. Have you found it? Yes. Hand it to me. Alright, I have a gift for you lying in the pond somewhere. Oh, what is it? Vine claws. What do they do? They fit perfectly on my hands. I think it could use to dig into walls and climb with.
Nice.
So is that a whole new ability? Dig it.
It is. By the looks of it,
look,
there are 6 different items that you can have, one of which you get by befriending, and one of which you get by killing each of the 3 bosses.
Oh yeah, look at that.
So that you can have 3 at a time.
So
That's
there's
6 unique things.
So there's a clear example of how my story choices are affecting my gameplay, right?
Yeah.
So I think in terms of game world to story, sorry, that's story to game world, isn't it? So game world to story.
Yes.
So things I do in the world that affect the story, affect what people say to me, right? Does that mean I can? Oh, I can jump up. That's quite exciting, isn't it? I'm never going to do it.
You've got some new platforming options.
Oh, oops. He doesn't like me for some reason. Perhaps I accidentally.
And your effects within the game world do come to a single kind of node at the end, where depending on your actions, you'll get one of 4 different endings.
Yeah. Okay. So if we go through the things we've got, so game world to story. Well, actually, no, story to game world, because that's easy, right? So basically,
Okay.
depending on the choices I make and whether I successfully do the quests, I directly get not just new items but whole new mechanics in the world, right? So
Yes.
I think that's I think we've got kind of a number of examples of where the story impacts the game world. So that's the good level. So we're definitely at the good level.
I'd say so.
What would it need to be excellent?
Consistent interplay between the story and the game world, including important impacts.
So is there a consistent interplay? I think the characters react to us differently, but that's more like the story. The story is remembering the story, right?
Yeah.
So is
The
there
game world itself
is there lots
changing the story?
There's not an awful lot. So the game world isn't changing to reflect. Did I get out up there? Who knows? The game world isn't really changing to reflect the decisions I've made in the story, right? I mean, I kind of.
Well, that would be story to game world.
You're quite right. So. But if I talk to the guards, they're not really changing what they've said based on what I've done, are they? Is this the same? This is the way I want to get there.
I think a couple of them were, but they were doing it on the context of what your friendship meter was at the time.
Yeah, quite right. So that's the mechanism by which. So I suppose that is a fairly consistent. So
you can only access certain parts of the story. I think you can't attack him because you've already become friends. He's already got the green.
Yeah. I'm actually just trying to find my way out of here now, but I can't find my way out. I'm just going to be trapped in here forever. Is that the way out? That looks like it might be a way out. Back into the kind of neutral space. Oh dear. Yeah, okay, so hang on a second. So story to game world. There's lots of occasions where, well, every occasion where we do one of the quests basically impacts the game world, right? So I complete a quest.
You get one new item.
I get a new
quest.
item, or and I get I also get coins. Although we haven't seen what you can do with coins. So
No.
I think for story to game world, we're clearly at the good level, and in terms of a consistent interplay, I don't think we're quite there, right? Because the game world is not really reflecting in any other way the state of the story. But I think we've got a number of examples, so I think it's still good.
Okay.
The other way round, game world to story. So game world to story, that would be things like actions I'm taking in the game world.
Yeah.
So that might be items I've taken or people I've killed, I guess.
Creating like divergent paths within the story. Because we've not yet reached the ending, we've not really seen the payoff of that, but I'm assured it does exist.
Yeah. Okay. So in that case, although actually, how much of this is choices I'm making? Are there things I'm doing in the game world that impact the story around me? So the things people say to me. So it is only basically me attacking people, isn't it? I think.
Attacking people, talking to people, because within the dialogue options, you can choose poorly sometimes and hemorrhage some
Yeah,
friendship when
but
otherwise you would get some.
but again, that would be more like story to game world, right? So that's another example of
Yeah,
where
that's
I
true.
can botch up a dialogue. Um, uh, Moon Lake is above. Oh, I need to go up. I want to see Moon Lake before we finish. So I think story to game world. There's lots of these examples, right? But I'm trying to think of game world to story. So that could just be acknowledging something I've done, right? So a character who says, "Oh, you're rich because I got lots of coins," or referencing in the story the fact that I've got one of these items, right?
Yeah.
Or the only thing I can think of is that it opens up the quest options to say, "Yes, I've done the quest." So I think that's the only thing that's here.
Something that this is maybe a little bit tangential, but when you kind of like explore the levels more completely, then it rewards you by giving little bits of additional pieces of paper with like dialogue or well, text on them. So you learn a little bit more about the story by choosing to mechanically explore, and there might even be some areas that you can't explore without having gotten certain items first.
Yeah. But again, you see, that would be story to game world. I think that the bits of paper and thing, that's more about how they tell the story, and I think they've done that really well. But I think actually the game world to story is quite minimal. I think it's essentially, do you have the right item to open up the dialogue option when talking to the kings? And that's probably it, right? So.
And then how many of the guys have you befriended at the end to get the appropriate ending?
Yeah. But
so
again,
that satisfactory would be some examples of where the game world impacts the story.
And a pass would be, what, sparse or minor examples?
Yeah, a few sparse or minor examples.
I don't think it's minor. I think it's sparse and major. So maybe halfway between the two. I just can't give any other examples other than the picking up the final quest for the kings, right?
So yeah, between a pass and a satisfactory for the game world to story, and then good for the story to game world.
I think so. And then we talk about the richness of choices, right, and the agency that you have, and so your interesting choices. I want to meet your ruler. Could you please tell me how to meet your ruler? There we go. We are ruled by the electric eels. I love the lightning going everywhere. They really have done a great job with the presentation of it, I have to say.
Having now seen the third area and had a little bit longer in the game world, would you even go back and bump up their presentation from in between an excellent and a prizeworthy to a prizeworthy?
I think you're right. Having seen things like the lightning effects, the particle effects, the way the lighting is used, really nice. Frogs must not lick anything that hums. Very good.
Because the writing and just kind of the like charm as well adds to that.
Yeah, it's very cute. It's very memorable, right? They're all funny. It's a funny script. Are you here to tour the moon? Can I please meet with the Eel Princess? With an official reason. I'm here as an
investigative journalist. That's nice.
Yeah, let's try that. Who? Electricity is being stolen. Even like the whole character thing about this is being, this is the electric eels. The other one was the heron. The other one's a log. And the little kind of the little relationship that they clearly have with the people of their kingdom is really nice.
It's got a lot of like flavor in the world building.
A lot of charm.
So about the richness of choices.
Yeah.
So far, we get the initial choice of which of the three areas do you want to go to first, and then within each area you get the seemingly binary choice, but there might be a bit of a grey area to it, of do you kill the enemies, or do you do you speak to them and acquire the quest and then do the quest?
Yeah.
And then, depending on your prior choices in the 3 different zones, you get one of 4 different endings. The befriend them all, kill them all, and then the 1/3 and 2/3 of each.
Yeah. So the interesting thing, so I think we definitely get enough. So this is all about the number of choices that we have and whether or
Yeah.
not they're interesting choices. Meaning, are they morally grey, or kind of is it obvious which one we should do, or are we just guessing effectively? So in terms of the number of choices, we definitely have a number of choices, right? We've got at least
Yeah.
3 for each king, and there's permutations of that as well. And in terms of are they interesting choices, I would say initially I was going to say that perhaps they weren't, but actually there's lots of these little bits of information lying around which let you make a kind of a choice about whether or not you're going to support them or not, right? So they're being exploitative of the people, or they're kind of, so you're learning about.
Yeah.
What I'm missing though, I think there isn't. So I don't think they're uninteresting choices. I think the problem is that they're not that interesting, and it might be because I don't have an objective, right? So, for example, let's say that I knew that I needed to befriend at least 2 of these kings, right? Or I knew I have to do something, and I can't do it unless I befriend at least 1 king, and if I befriend 2 of them, then I get some super weapon or something that helps me in the final fight, or I have a reason to balance, right, what I'm doing with them. So as I'm playing the game, I can think, okay, I really don't like this Heron guy, but he's going to offer me something really valuable in the final fight, so maybe I should put up with it, right? And the problem is I don't really have a reason for. It's interesting to find out about them, but I don't have any sort of different drivers taking me in different directions. I don't feel like I'm being, pushed and pulled in different moral decisions, if that makes sense. Oh, don't want to go down there.
Maybe. I can see a little bit of that. So the way that they've written it in the tree diagram is like you receive a skill after befriending one of the kings. And you now have the ability to wall slide and wall jump.
Yeah.
Maybe that. Oh, sorry, I was going to say.
Yeah, no. I was just going to say, but why? Why do I want those things?
I was going to say maybe that might be helpful in the combat order of the bosses, much in like a Mega Man sort of way, where you can kind of do the bosses in any order, but you might want to befriend the Heron first.
But I don't have to.
Some item.
But I don't have to kill the bosses, right? I could just befriend all of them.
Yeah, I think befriending or killing gets a unique item in either situation.
Yeah, so it's kind of. But it's the high level thing, right? So it's why am I doing this? And I don't have a reason for doing this, and therefore on one hand it makes me free to make those kind of decisions. On the other hand, I'm not feeling morally compromised. If I didn't like any of these kings, I could just do them all in, right? And it wouldn't have any consequence for me. On the other hand, if I like them all, I can leave them all, and it doesn't really have any consequence for me. And yes, I get the special powers, but because I'm not working towards anything that those powers would help me with. So for me, I think I still think that we've got kind of like we've got a number of choices, and we've also got attempts to manage player agency because essentially, depending on what I do, there are routes around it, right? So the game can resolve my decisions and carry on, right?
So that would put it squarely at a good. Would you say it has a network of interesting choices and an effective system for managing player agency?
So it's the network of interesting choices I think that's missing, right? It's kind of I've got these choices, but yeah, they're lacking that overall high level piece. So I'm being picky because I think they've done a good job. I think it's quite a sprawling story, And there's definitely interesting choices and interesting things to discover. It's an interesting narrative world, right? But yeah, without kind of that motivation of why I might be pulled in one way or another, I still feel a little bit aimless, I think. So for me, it probably sits at a good.
Fair.
Here we go. Oh, here we go. We actually got like a detective thing going on in here. Who wasn't working the night? It was a public holiday. Oh, yeah, thanks.
All right.
Oh dear.
About the design elements, how are the pacing and the use of storytelling techniques?
So, let's do the storytelling techniques first, because I love their storytelling techniques. I think they've done a really nice job. There's a little bit of environmental storytelling, like with all the electricity everywhere, and the here, for example, you've got kind of it's sort of not quite environmental storytelling, but it's kind of passive storytelling, like these bits of paper lying around that kind of fill in some of the background. We've got the dialogue that's really well written and really funny. We've got the scripted sections where it's telling us stuff. So I think
it's got an impressive amount of like meat on the bones.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's multiple techniques here for storytelling. So I think that would definitely get them to the good level, right?
Yes, successful use of more than one game writing technique.
Yeah.
Above that would be use of more than one game writing technique and mechanics support theme.
So essentially this is where we say like on the Ludo narrative sets. So what do you think the theme of this is?
I think the theme of this is like choosing your allegiance and sort of like the consequences of I don't know, your choices as a character as to who you want to support and who you want to kind of go and interfere with in their kingdoms.
This is where I started. I think I'm getting lost here. But okay, so but my everyday play is I'm exploring and I'm killing things and navigating around, right? I don't know. Is the story about exploring, and it sort of feels it's not in conflict, right? It's not a problem, but it feels to me like the story is more like it's there in the background as kind of like this sort of it's just an extra piece, right? It's not really connected to the gameplay. I still think that the storytelling techniques are so good that I'd be prepared to give this even halfway to excellent, to say they've absolutely knocked that out of the park, that bit of it, right? But I don't think they're using narrative to tell the story. They're using gameplay to tell the story. The other part of this is pacing. So that's kind of interesting. Because again, I maybe we're just not seeing enough of it. But at the moment, I'm getting it feels like it's in three parts. It's like there's these three chapters. So
yeah.
So what does work well is within each chapter, I have a nice little structure where I come in, I explore a bit, learn a bit more, meet the king, get a quest. So I think within each chapter it's kind of working. So I've got that kind of rise and fall of the kind of the tension, if you like, the narrative tension. But I'm lacking the sort of overall piece. But that might just be because we haven't got to the end.
Yeah, I'm wondering what the execution of the end is going to look like. Whether it's like we just kind of go back to the neutral area and a unique piece of dialogue plays, or whether there's something more gameplay-wise that's going to go on.
I can't find my way out of here, so...
Can you continue to wall jump up the middle of that? Of the, like...
Let's have a look. Yes, I can get up here. So see, even that's a nice little piece of level design, isn't it? Little Easter egg.
Yeah.
I've been in there. I went off to the right before. If I go left, what's down here? I sort of assumed I have to go up to find the eel person. No, that's the.
Oh, well, you've got
That's the
heal.
That's that bit. Yeah. So for pacing, what would it be? A good would be ascending pacing with a clear final peak, and satisfactory would be some ascending pacing. So I would say what I'm missing at the moment is the clear final peak, but that's because we haven't got there. So I don't know what's there. That's the problem. How do I get out of this
If
place?
you keep on playing, I can have a look at the feedback section, and we can address that first, and then maybe come back to it if we can get to the end of the game.
If I can find
the other thing that I had some confirmation of by looking at the document, there is in fact a shop. So you will get the option to spend the money, and I don't think it's 6 different skills. I think it's 3 different skills or gold, depending on whether you befriend or kill the individual rulers of the areas. So I would imagine the shop would be somewhere in the neutral zone. That you kind of the intention being that you visit that in between going from one place to the next. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, that's they've implemented a lot, right? I am impressed by how much is in here. Oh, this is this horrible bit I died on. No.
Oh. Yeah, we did ask for a game prototype. This is quite developed for a prototype.
There's a lot going on. Can I get up there? I'm just a little bit of a loss of where to go. Maybe I'm not being imaginative enough. I have to kind of somehow. No, this is all. So I could redo the map. That's where I went last time. So if I go down here. Okay, well let's do what you said and do the feedback. Oh, hang on. Yeah, now let me see the princess. So I've done the quest.
Here's the quiz that I mentioned.
What word did the suspicious frog say a lot? So the problem is I've not paid any attention.
I believe it was but I could be mistaken.
That's gonna go. That's not
no,
correct.
It's not correct.
Oh, we can try again. But sorry, that's not. Oh, okay. What about like? Correct. Brilliant. Who is the main suspect? Minky Moo, Binky Boo, or Donkey Doo?
I think it's Minky Moo.
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah. What event was going on at the time? That was a public holiday, wasn't it? Yes, I remember something. Meet the Eel Princess.
It together.
We organised an interview with the princess. Okay.
All right. Now I imagine you can platform back to the top or somewhere.
Yeah.
Well, try just going to the left because he was blocking that previously.
Well, no, I don't think he was. He. Oh.
Here we are.
Oh yeah. Okay. You were right. Let's talk to the. I love these characters. That's great. An interview with me. I knew you're the one who caused the power outage. Why? See, there's a whole mystery here that we kind of. Fight. Oh.
Uh-huh.
Ow. Dead. That's not gone.
So I think that time we didn't have the option to do the negotiation and befriend because we've not achieved enough friendship within this zone.
Right. Where was she? I don't know where she was.
Reading the feedback. So sound and player feedback.
Yeah.
So added music and sound for attacks. Okay.
Yep.
Health bar or other ways to communicate damage to the enemy or the player. The player gains feedback by turning red if hit and losing a heart. For story choices, a friendship meter is shown, and the NPC has a feeling icon of neutral, happy, or angry. That's good.
Yep.
And then when attacking an NPC, the enemy feeling turns angry, and they flash red when hit.
Yep.
So yeah, they've responded well to the feedback of communicating damage and emotional status.
Yep.
Implementation of story dialogue, and quests have been added to the game. They certainly have, but just by looking at this document, implementation of story dialogue, and quests have been added to the game.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's particularly specific feedback with specific action taken.
Doesn't feel that way, does it? It feels like that's basically, just doing what you were asked to do in the spec.
So the next one is use multiple storytelling techniques. Sure. Have implemented dialogue as text. Player can read pieces of text around the level to gain more insight into the region that they're in. Yeah. That's good. That's something we noted earlier. And then added environmental storytelling, e.g. video at the start of the game, scary banner to indicate cult activity, statue of the king to show vanity, warning labels and hazard signs to show the ruler is obsessed with safety and rules in the moon area. So yeah, I think they've been very successful in that environmental storytelling.
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to defeat the eel, I think.
No.
Just the problem is it spawns me too far away, so it's going to take me ages to get over there. So I think for the feedback then, but there's definitely bits there that have been addressed and they've been successful, right?
There is one more. Multiple plot peaks that increase over time.
Okay.
To create more peaks, each region has a quest that is a bit more exciting. For example, an investigation, stopping a sacrifice, killing tree-eating vines. Then there is a large peak when the boss, with the boss fight, or special quest if chose to be peaceful. Then the endings are another peak, the ending where the world is at war because of you.
Yeah.
Minor spoilers for one of the endings there, but we can tell that, I presume when we kill all of the rulers, the world goes to war.
Something like that. So I think that for feedback, a good would be feedback would be addressed and the change has been successful. Definitely have got there. For some of it feels like they've been interpreted and addressed, which is the excellent level. So yeah, I think.
Yeah, they've got 5 pieces of feedback, one of which we'll kind of ignore because it's just we added the story, but the other 4 I think that they've addressed quite well.
Yeah, so I think we can probably say that the feedback is excellent. And interestingly, one of those was about the pacing, and that's the one that we haven't talked about, right?
No.
So I think the problem is there a clear final peak? There's a kind of narrative resolution, right? I think the problem is we haven't seen it. So an excellent would be ascending pacing with more than one peak, and I think they kind of get that from the individual bits. The problem I have is that it's not true that each boss leads to a bigger and better boss because you can do them in any order, right? So they're all kind of the same. So each of the elements it rises, but between the 3 elements, because they're interchangeable, that's kind of flat, and then you've got a final peak. So it feels to me that they've definitely tried to get the pacing to work, but because of they've got that choice of which way to go first, and they haven't probably addressed what happens if you choose the most exciting one first or whatever, that they haven't quite managed to get ascending pacing over the whole game. But there is ascending pacing within each part, right?
Yeah.
So, in fairness, the prizeworthy is ascending pacing with multiple peaks, each greater than the previous, and that's what they haven't done. So maybe we can say they've got ascending pacing with more than one peak. I mean, that's success. I think probably halfway between good and excellent to represent the fact that they've kind of got these elements, but the overall story doesn't rise in that way.
There was definitely like an intentional design element towards this, even if it hasn't like been executed in its entirety.
Yeah. So I'm kind of sad we're not going to get to see the end of this, but I think we've been playing it for about an hour. So
hour and a half.
So I mean, if you take into account the fact we couldn't get it working, so I think we're going to have to stop there. But what are your final thoughts on this?
I'm just impressed with the sheer amount of game that's here, honestly. Though obviously it was very good for us as like players. I think for the purposes of coursework, the scope could have been reduced just a little bit.
Yeah, by at least half, I'd say. Yeah, I think I agree with you. I think they've bitten off too much, and amazingly managed to mostly chew it. I would say. I mean, it really is quite impressive what they managed to deliver. And there are some bits in here. I think the environmental storytelling, and the way that the story builds up and paints a picture of the king, and then makes the decisions around the king meaningful. I think that's really, really nice. So there, you know, and the presentation overall is absolutely, you know, excellent. So yeah, so well done. But yeah,
I know I drew back to the presentation. I was like, "Oh,
yeah,
since we've seen a bit more of the game, do you want to bump
yeah,
that up?" With the meaningful play, we had that between a good and an excellent.
yeah.
But then afterwards, you got the
Oh,
climbing
the extra
clause.
powers, yeah, with the yeah.
Yeah,
I think you're right. We've got kind of higher complexity.
I think so.
Yeah, I think you're right there as well. Yeah, good call. Anyway, fantastic job, guys. You made us play for twice as long as we should have done. So yeah, thanks very much. Let's move on to our next game. Okay, so our next game is called The Tiger and the Deer. There we go. Oh, there we go. So yeah, I like that.
Probably you should adjust the audio as well.
I think I'm going to have to change the mix. So 1 second. Okay, there we go. That's a bit better.
Nice.
Yeah, there is indeed a tiger and a deer. Let's start the game. Was to move. I would like the fact they haven't forgotten to tell me what to do.
You start with a reputation and a food supply.
Half of each. By the looks of it. That person's got a quest sign. Oh, I really like the way the little quest bubble turns into an E. And that's nice.
That's good.
Yeah. Your wife looks up to the empty kitchen, her face gaunt with worry. Oh, you're awake. The children, they wait hungry at the table, but there's nothing left. The harvest's been bad this season. I don't know if it can feed us anymore. Okay, I slept with the mouse, yep. Can't the village help us? How long will the food last us? Well, let's find that sounding important. I try stretching out the last of what we have.
Damn. They're going through
tomorrow.
it.
Crikey, that's it. It's like, well, I mean, in fairness to the player here, this is a very late to draw this to our attention, right? But still. Can't the village help us? And she laughs. Everyone is struggling. Old man Theo can barely feed himself. Oh dear, sounds like it's really bad. Right, I'm going to forest a hunt. Having to choose with either a tiger or a deer. That's quite on the nose, but okay. I've heard people went in desperate, made bad deals. Something for the kids. Okay. What kind of stories? Alright. I like the little teaser going to cook to the... We need 40 food by tomorrow. Well, I've got good news for you. I've got 50. Brilliant. Let's just talk to her and say, hi, I'm back. I've got 50 food. Oh, no, apparently that's not good enough. Okay, let's go. Okay, so she didn't remember that I talked to her before.
Amnesia wife.
I'm also a little bit puzzled as to why the 40 food isn't enough. Do you think I can go upstairs? What's up here? No. They're just for show. It's a bungalow. Right. Okay. All right. Well, I like this. This is a very nice looking environment. There's someone over here who wants to talk to me. It's Marcus. Heading out early. Our family's running out of food.
Just be quite frank with him.
Yeah. Doesn't feel like this is going to ease up anytime soon. Everyone's looking out for their own now. Okay, do you have any hunting advice? That's a no, isn't it? That's a no. He might have just said no.
I think that was a sneaky hint about the kind of decisions the game's going to throw at us.
Loyalty, no question. Okay, I'll be on my way now. Alright. So loyalty is the most important quality according to Marcus. Oh, there's loads of people to talk to. Here we go. Alara. I'm afraid there's not much. All these. I'm not one for small talk.
The world building.
Yes. There's only so many. Oh, I want my children. I've got any food. You can take them, isn't it? What? Something feels like it would give everything you asked for and take its due when you weren't looking. Oh. Which one is which? Oh. Go on then. How are you holding up? This famine. Alright, it'll end. I need to go. Talk to someone who's less depressing. Okay, let's go over here. Got another person. It's tempting not to speak to some of these people, but I feel like I should make the effort since they put a path in and everything.
Yeah, see what the people developing this have written.
Yeah. How did you get through past famines? Oh. He didn't bring home much food when he followed the deer. Oh.
So we're getting some foreshadowing, as if this world has been through this sort of cycle before.
So that was interesting.
That's not foreshadowing. Some historical shadowing.
So that's interesting. So her father chose the deer. Her sister died, but he didn't regret his choices. Which, okay, so who's this person here? It's Billy. Hi, Billy. Come on, tell what do you know? I like deers. They're cool. Tigers scare me. Yeah, he doesn't know anything, does he? Alright.
The old man, he's going to be the quest giver. He's got the information, I'm sure.
Yeah, he's got the right beard. He's got the quest beard. Old man Theron. Let an old man share his wisdom. Yeah, go on then. The tiger laying in that forest, he offers hunters treasures, food, wealth, strength. So long as they hunt with him, takes payment. No one knows what he will take, but take he will. I've seen them. Okay, this is interesting because the games that play around with this type of thing don't normally build it up quite so much. Okay, so let's enter the forest. Okay.
Nice.
The sign reads, yes, Tiger North. Deer. That feels to me like a sign that's going to get out of date quite quickly.
I mean, yeah, unless they have very specific territories.
So here's the interesting thing, right? Do we go? So so it said Tiger North. I'm going to go to the tiger because I figure if I've got starving kids, I will pay the terrible price of the tiger. That's what I'm thinking. Oh, they're not making us wait. Look, straight to him.
All right. This looks like we're going to challenge him to a Pokemon battle.
It does look a bit like that, doesn't it? Ah. You're desperate. I can smell it on you. Family is starving. Yeah, what do you want? He's a very smarmy tiger, isn't he?
Insidious.
Nothing is that simple. Okay, you need food. I have food. Hunt with me, no problems. To your doubt. Can you feed my family? Yes. I am the apex. If you want to feed your family, I can provide. Stores that could feed you. Okay. Oh. I'll fill my belly with what I will fill. Okay. Let me talk to the... Should I talk to the deer first? No, let's just go
How
for
many
it.
times through are we going to play?
We might get another one, so let's talk to him. Yeah, let's do it. For each wave of prey, we can reward you with more food. Get ready to
Nice.
hunt.
So now you get some
Villager
more of
runs
the
away from the
mechanical
player.
elements.
Fast speed, lower health, 0 damage. Night, melee attacks, medium speed. I don't know what I'm getting myself in for. Am I hunting?
Oh, you're hunting the villagers.
So we're killing the... Oh. They're not... Hunting is a... is. I mean, is it a hunt so
massacring.
much as a massacre? In fact, given that I'm killing all of them, it's a genocide.
If you use your mouse, you probably are able to aim your attack angle.
Yeah, you're right, sorry. Yes. I didn't notice that. Oh, now here come the knights. Alright, all of a sudden this massacre isn't so fun anymore, I'll be honest.
Not for this coursework description, but some good tutorialization elements in there. Starting with the villagers, and
Yeah.
then going over to the knights.
Yeah. And now we've got a nice mixture. What am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to last? Have I got... Oh, I've got the food... Okay, so I've got a timer at the top.
Yeah.
And it's not clear. Does only the villagers give food? No.
I think it's the number of waves you clear, so it's how quickly you kill the enemies.
Oops. Alright. I've got to be honest.
It's a time
For
trial.
the apex predator of the forest, he's all mouth and no trousers, isn't he? He's not done an awful lot.
Yeah, he deals more damage per hit, but gets a significantly fewer hits.
Alright, there we go. Your bomber is strong. Player damage increased. Okay.
Ah.
We're back. Now I've still got the same food supply, but my reputation's gone down. With genuine relief. The children are eating behind her. You bought enough food. The hunt went well. Oh, that's interesting. I thought this might just be one way through. Do you think it's multiple choices?
Yeah.
The hunt was. It was.
Because
Okay.
if the tiger grows stronger as well.
Our family comes first. Brilliant. I should head back out. Keep doing it. At least.
I don't know if this is the good ending, so to speak, because this is villager night meat. We've turned our children and wife into cannibals, maybe
Yeah.
without them knowing.
He eyes you warily. You're back. Village looks worse, though. I got food for my family. Dead plants are spreading everywhere. Oh, don't damn the rest of us. Okay, I think it might be... Alright, maybe it's time to go and talk to the deer. And feel bad about... I don't know if I can be bothered to talk to all these people. You chose the tiger. I'm not. You do what you have to do for your family. That's what matters. Well, thanks for that.
You get shamed for selfishness.
Lots of dead plants. So I like the fact it's all reflecting my choices. How's your family doing? Not good. Maybe you should go out and actually do something and not just stand by your house all day.
It's showing some interactions from the story to the game world, even if it is only in just textual format.
It's story to story, really. But yes, I think I suspect we'll get to this. I think the problem here is that there's not much game in this part, right? So the game is kind of the battling with the... There's a little bit of exploration, I guess. Shall we... let's go to the 5 minutes left in your meeting. Shall we start doing the mark scheme quickly?
Yes,
So
yes.
we've got presentation up first, right?
Graphics, audio, and information design. I think it's quite serviceable.
Yeah,
I think they've used like an asset pack, but they've used it very well.
Yeah, it's very nice. Everything looks consistent. If I was being super, super picky, I would say that the pixel size on the deer is different than the pixel size on the person.
Yeah, they've got mixels.
they got pixels. But I think that's being a bit pedantic. Yeah, I think we've got nice sound effects, nice bit of music. So yeah,
information design of like things popping up over the head of your family members that then become an interact.
Yeah, and when I was attacking people, I had the damage thing floating up. So I think this is probably at the good level, professional, complete and effective.
I would agree with that.
I think it's maybe not quite, a bit shy of appealing. Like you said, it's a nice enough asset pack, but it's used in a very straightforward way, I think. So yeah, probably at the good level. But yeah, good job. Let's talk to this deer. I ask you to reconsider. Come with me, please. I can give you more today, up to 30 food if you come with me. Okay.
Ah, so that implies that yesterday we probably got less than 30 from the deer.
So I have to protect the deer.
Ooh, new minigame.
Okay. Rabbits only attack... Why are the deers going after the rabbits? So that's like a Monty Python and the Holy Grail. A skeleton attack the player and wolves attack the deer. So I need to kill the rabbits and the wolves, basically.
Yes.
Okay. Get off the deer. Get off him. Oh my life, there's millions of them. I have to say, this is a lot harder than when I had the big, massive tiger after me. Get off the deer. Crikey. What's the name of the rabbit? Is it Carl Banner or something? From Monty Python?
Yeah. The rabbit of death and destruction.
I need
the killer rabbit, that's what they call it.
I need the holy hand grenade of Antioch. Right. There we go. Yeah, this is tougher. Let me bother with this again.
Yeah.
If I'm honest.
There's a little bit more complexity than just kind of like a defend the hill type thing, because if you move, the deer follows, and I think you and the deer are a bit faster than the enemies.
Yeah. But I have to go to the enemies to kill them.
Yeah. Deer's on a very short leash.
Get off the deer. Get off him.
Uh-oh. Deer might not make it.
No, it's looking bad, isn't it? Don't follow me. I'm trying to protect you from all the hideous animals. Honest to God. Right. I'm alright, so I'm gonna... I think we might be alright.
Way forward.
Yeah, we've done it. Okay. You're bomb with a deer. Player speed. It's okay, so we did 1 and 1. So, is my wife going to complain? Looking worn. Oh, bless. We're surviving. The children are alive. Yep, that's all we can do.
That's all we can do.
It's my aspiration for life. I should head back out.
Okay, having now seen I presume, the 2 of the mini games that are available.
Should we talk
what
about
do you want to say about the mechanics? Yeah, the meaningful play, mechanics, controls, and bugs.
I'm just going to see what this fella says to me. Oh, okay. So it's a mixture of stuff. What are you doing out there? Try my best. Okay. So all right. So I don't really understand why, if I go with the deer, all these people get to eat. But I can accept it. It's complicated. Can you give
so yeah, there's the sort of Vampire Survivors-esque enemies generally walk towards the player or the deer, depending on their targeting.
Yeah.
Well, you had the villagers walking away and the knights walking towards, so you see a little bit more variety in that aspect there. But largely it's enemies that you maneuver around and hit with your sword while trying to keep them either away from the deer or close to the tiger.
Yeah. So I'm going to go back with the tiger again, because I can't be bothered with the whole deer game.
Nice.
So if we think about the meaningful play, then, so like you said, we've got these 2 mini games. They're both relatively simple, although the one with the deer is a bit more strategic. I was
controls?
I was about to say it's simple, but actually we've got some variety here, right? Got archers.
We do.
So the controls are fine. yeah, it's sort of... Actually, this is going to get more difficult, isn't it, because of the archers. At least I don't have to protect some stupid deer.
Yeah, the tigers are invulnerable to damage, it seems.
Yeah. Is the tiger actually attacking?
I saw him doing it earlier.
Oh,
there
there's
he
a
is.
10, yeah. Go on, Mr. Tiger. Do your thing. Yeah, okay.
Hell yeah.
What's this guy?
So it seems that the complexity comes from the variation in enemies as the game progresses. Look, that guy's got like a blocking state and then like a vulnerable state. That's quite interesting.
Yeah. So in terms of the mechanics then, we've got a relatively decent set of mechanics. Obviously I can explore, we've got the dialogue going on, we've got these different types of enemies that behave slightly differently.
So, for reference, a satisfactory would be playable, simpler game with fewer mechanics, usable controls, may have some minor bugs.
Yep.
Good would be engaging, reasonably complex game with multiple mechanics, smooth controls, may still have some very minor bugs.
So,
and then excellent is fun, higher complexity with complementary mechanics, intuitive controls, no significant bugs.
oh, I died.
And you died.
Retry. Oh, I get to... For a minute I thought it says, you wake up on day 1. I was going to go, no! Yeah, so... how do you describe it? I would say it's engaging, but I wouldn't necessarily go and say it's fun. It's kind of... There's enough going on. This fight last time was a bit boring, but now it's much more interesting with the different types of enemies. But ultimately, I still think it's a relatively straightforward game, but packaged nicely. But I still say it was at the good level.
All right, nice.
Right. So maybe
fulfilling the brief. Oh, sorry, you go.
Yeah, I was going to say while I'm resolving this third day, do you want to see have a little look at their story structure, so that when we get on to talk about effects, we kind of know if we're missing stuff, because we're not. I'm hoping we'll get to the end, but we might not.
Okay, you read through these. Okie doke, so the structure is 3 days with the binary choice of the tiger and the deer each time.
Okay,
so
this is
that
the third
does
day,
lead
right?
to, you'd have 3 sets of choices. You're on the second day. Oh no, you are on the third day.
No, third, yeah,
Ignore
we did. This is we went out to the tiger. We made a final choice.
So there are 8 different possibilities split up into 4 different endings, where a few different permutations will give you the middle endings, and then the full tiger and full deer route will give you the true bad ending and the true good ending.
Okay, so full fat tiger and deer, basically. Why am I doing this again?
Yes.
Did I die? Did I miss something then? I thought I'd won.
Did you run out of time before you ran out of waves?
Ah, yeah, quite possibly.
Perhaps. I wasn't looking at the timing too closely.
No, apparently neither was I.
You start, then you're in the house. Player confronts family's hunger and reputation. Player talks to family. You have a choice here. Choosing correct branching dialogue options will hint at the consequences of hunting with the tiger and deer, guiding player decisions. Okay, that is certainly a choice. When you first spawn in, you can just be like, "Hello, wife. I would like to exit this dialogue," or you can choose to like talk a bit more, get a bit more context as to what the world. Yeah. In the village, see community reaction based off of your reputation. If you're high reputation, friendly villagers; low reputation, cautious villagers. And then the environment reflects the cumulative hunting choices based off of how many flowers or dead trees start spawning in the village.
Oh, died again.
Yeah. You get a choice. Choosing correct branching dialogue options will hint at consequences when hunting. Okay, so same as in the house. they have the player choice being, do you just walk through to the end, or do you talk to the NPCs? And then forest environment foreshadows the choice. Dead trees near tiger and flowers near the deer.
Yeah.
Player approaches the moral crossroads, decides who to hunt with. Player talks to the tiger/deer, which reveals their personalities. Choice, branching dialogue to uncover their personalities. Alright, so when you hunt with the tiger, lose reputation, gain gold, and gain food, and the inverse is true with the deer, and then the reputation will affect the endings.
So I'm struggling to kill all these people, I'll be honest. But okay, well let's go through them, because what's first on our list?
So the game world to the story.
So the game world to story. So well, I suppose the obvious one is I don't know actually. You see, because I'm making a choice by going north or south, but really what I'm doing is I'm making a choice in the dialogue. So what am I actually doing in the game world? So the game world is where I'm exploring around and fighting. That's affecting the story.
Yeah, I think that is strictly limited to when you talk to the NPCs, more of the story is revealed to you, and that is presented by the developers as one of the player's choices is to choose to speak to them or to choose to kind of ignore them and leave it behind. And then obviously the north-south one. Yeah. There is that.
Right, have I done it? I think I've done it. There we go.
Nice.
Yeah, game world to story and story. So story to game world, you're definitely making choices in the story, and I don't know. They definitely reference all the flowers and plants thing, but are the actual flowers and plants? Oh, is this the? This is the bug, isn't it?
Whoops.
If you die, it won't go through. Oh, that was So I should say that the students told us that there was a known bug in this, which was to do with if you died on day 2 with the tiger, it wouldn't carry on. But it looks like if you die on day 3 with the tiger, it won't carry on either. So that's a shame. That's Let's relaunch, but yeah, we're not going to be able to get through the whole thing, I think. But we've seen enough, right? So
yes.
So yeah.
Oh, and another thing I didn't throw out there earlier: there is an additional ending if you starve, which is different to the tiger and deer endings.
So I think that I think there's always a dangerous thing in these games, which is what is narrative and what is game, and in a good narrative game, those two things are blurred. But in this case, in terms of talking about things you do in the game world, things I do in the game world are basically who I choose to talk to, exploring, and fighting. And I don't think any of those things have any impact on the story. So
they have an impact on how much of the story you see, but not on the actual events happening in the universe of the game.
So there's this very minor effect. So I don't think it's totally negligible. So, a poor would be some support for story elements in the game, but the game world has no real impact on the story. And a pass would be a few sparse or minor examples of where the game world impacts the story. Kind of feels like it's maybe at that level, at the sort of pass level.
Yeah, I'd say so.
And if you think the other way around, story to game world, so these are decisions you make in the story world. So that does have an effect, because if you make those choices, you will then fight. You'll get different mini games, right? It's quite blunt, but it is there.
So you get the different mini games. You get a little bit of visual feedback in terms of the foliage of the village changing, and you get
the flowers
either the distinct lack of damage from the deer, or you get an increasing player damage by picking the tiger.
Yeah. So there's a bit more going on story to game world. So a satisfactory would be some examples of where the story impacts the game world. And good would be a number of examples.
Speed.
A number of examples where the story impacts the game world in important ways. I mean, I don't think there is a number of examples of it. There's one example, which is where you choose the fight. And otherwise it's so maybe it's halfway between satisfactory and good, because there's definitely some examples, and one of them is an important example, right?
I'd say that's a fair evaluation.
So if we talk about the richness of choices, so this is how many choices are there, and are they interesting choices? There are effectively 3 choices, right? There's day 1, day 2, day 3.
Yeah, and each of those is a binary split.
So there are multiple choices, but I don't think that counts as a network of choices. And are they interesting choices? I think they are, right? So it is set up. You've definitely got a motivation, right? So there's a lot of foreshadowing in the story, which sort of makes you wary about the choice you're making. You've got a very good reason for taking a deal with a tiger, despite the fact, especially if you do it the first time, you realise the cost of it. One
thing that I think adds an additional bit of quality to that is the choice isn't the same. So at each different day, it seems like you get slightly different upsides and downsides depending on which of the 2 characters you pick. Okay. Because on day 2, when you picked the deer, he said that he had more food that day than he had the previous one. Yeah, so if you picked the deer on the first day...
Yeah, so here we go. So he'll give me 20 food today. So if I take the offer this time... so in terms of richness of choices, I actually think that although they haven't got like a spectacularly big set of choices, they've just got these kind of 3 interesting choices that they're kind of layered. Actually, it is interesting, right? They've done a good attempt at actually making it a kind of an interesting choice that is not quite obvious what's going to happen, depending on what you do. So what would a good be for richness of choices?
A good would be a number of interesting choices and attempts to manage player agency.
So I think there's definitely a number of choices, and an excellent would be the network of choices, right?
Yes.
So
an effective system for managing player agency.
So I think in terms of the structure and the kind of the quality of the choices and so on, it's definitely at the good level. In terms of managing agency, there's a few things to manage agency. There's subtle things like the path in the village, which takes you to the characters and encourages you to talk to them. So
you get the feedback from the villagers that are like trying to morally guilt trip you, basically.
Yes, that's true. And otherwise, because it's a relatively simple set of choices, what they've effectively done is just done everything, right? So all 3, get off the deer. Oh, I died. Oh, I didn't do very well this time. Wasn't concentrating. So yeah, okay. So I think we can say that they're at the good level for the richness of choices. I think the kind of they've done a good job actually of setting up a fairly basic choice and making it interesting.
I think as well, because we haven't quite reached the end here, if we briefly skip pacing and start talking about the storytelling techniques.
Yeah.
So they've got a lot of like textual feedback.
Yeah. Yeah, we've got kind of, so we've got dialogue and we've got a little bit of environmental storytelling too, right? Because we've got the flowers,
we've got the foliage changing.
The foliage and stuff. So that's at least 2 methods. That's good. So what would a good be for techniques?
Good would be successful use of more than one game writing technique.
Definitely got there. So what would be an excellent?
An excellent would be use of more than one game writing technique and mechanics support theme.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure. I think this game mechanically and story-wise, they don't have a lot to do with each other.
No, there's nothing.
I can understand the idea of like protection being both relevant to the like you're protecting your family and you're literally protecting the deer, but it's not that deep.
No, I'm just going to see what they... Interesting choice. Did we get enough food? But it's something. But the village survived. Oh. Okay. It's very
what
odd.
I'm interested to know is on the tiger route, do some of these NPCs like die? Do they no longer show up as dialogue options?
Yeah, that would be interesting. Yeah, so we're talking about techniques, aren't we? So yeah, it feels to me then that this is at the good level, right? I
think so.
Yeah, they've not done that mechanically, but they're definitely doing it with the other elements. I'm not sure we're going to get to the end, so I think we should probably discuss pacing based on what we know about the structure. So we've got 3 days. Each day, the challenge does get harder, right? Because we get new enemies introduced and new elements.
You like index from 0, you get 3 further days, or if you start on day 1, then there's 4 total, and the 4th one just delivers you the ending.
So for example, day 2, I get the wolf, right? So I think I think the stakes rise. I don't know. They're reflecting they're reflecting what you've done, and they're trying to encourage you to think about the consequences of your actions. But I would say mechanically the game kind of goes up. It's relatively straightforward, but that's fine. It's doing what we asked. So again, what would a good be?
A good here would be ascending pacing with a clear final peak.
Oh, I died again.
Satisfactory would be some ascending pacing, and then excellent would be ascending pacing with more than one peak.
So, I mean, you could argue that the little mini games are themselves a peak, but they're not really a kind of narrative event that kind of drives you. Right? So I think
there's a good ascending but linear fashion to this.
Yeah, and obviously we haven't seen the end, so we're not quite sure about the clear final peak. But I think there's definitely a narrative resolution. So I think that probably means that we're at the very least got a satisfactory.
Yeah, a satisfactory would be some ascending pacing, and then good would be just ascending pacing.
With a clear final peak, right?
Yeah, with a clear final peak.
So the question is, do we have I suppose I'm guessing we probably do, right? There's got to be a resolution to the story. So I think the structure they've got is probably good enough to just about hit the good level.
Okay.
But I'm not sure we've got more than one peak going on, right?
No.
Because it's a relatively straightforward... Oh, I forgot about the wolves. Oh dear. They ate the deer. Literally a deer.
Let's have a look at the feedback.
Yeah, so final one then, feedback.
So, feedback given. They've got a nice chart here of feedback and then response. So, add visual consequence to player hunting choices. So they added a reputation bar, which increases and decreases based on hunting choices. Yep. Also made the environment change more, flowery / more dead branches based on hunting combinations.
That's good, yeah.
So yeah, that's 2 different ways that they've addressed that feedback. I think both have been successful. Reputation bar could affect NPC dialogue. So they changed the NPC dialogue based off of the reputation meter. That's something that we saw.
That's nice as well.
Tiger and deer hunt feels too similar, so they changed the enemy sprites for the tiger and deer hunt, as well as adding different mechanics to attack with the tiger or protect with the deer. So presumably during development, either side of the mini game was the same.
Yeah.
But now they took into account.
I think that's definitely
more unique.
a good approval. Yeah. Oh my god!
Yeah.
Get off me.
Player may get confused about enemies if they do a tiger hunt, then a deer hunt, Added a tutorial screen before each hunt to explain the enemies. That's good.
That was also good, yep.
Hunt could use with more sound effects. Added sound effects for swinging sword, player taking damage, and deer taking damage. Choices of tiger or deer could have an effect outside of just the endings. Added the bond/affinity after hunting with the tiger or deer, more speed if chose deer, more damage if chose tiger, and dialogue changes.
Okay.
So that's nice. It gives a little bit of mechanical
difference
feedback to your choices there.
So that is an example. Is that an example then of story affecting game world?
If we take the choice between the deer and the tiger to be story and not mechanics, then yeah I think so. So that shows a good story to game world, which I think we saw earlier. They did a bit better in the story to game world rather than the game world to story.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then the last one, endings feel too binary, either good ending or bad ending. So they added 2 more endings. If the deer was picked 3 times in a row, and if the tiger was picked 3 times in a row. So it seems that they started with a deer and a tiger and a starvation ending, and then they added the true deer ending and the true tiger ending from the feedback.
This is I
think this has been addressed quite well.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. There are some of those things like changing the mini game, putting in the feedback in the environment. They've done a really good job. So yeah, I think so. So I think, good feedback has been addressed and they've been successful. Excellent is feedback has been interpreted and addressed, and I think they've probably done that as well. Actually, they've kind of interpreted they've managed to change the mini games successfully, make them different. I'm not sure
and
if
they haven't just done exactly what the feedback says. They've taken the meaning behind it and then uniquely made a solution to the problem that was presented.
So I think that puts them at the excellent level. I think they've done a nice job. Final thoughts on this one?
Similarly, I'm intrigued to see what the endings look like, but unfortunately with the timing of the marking sessions that we have, we didn't quite get to see that. I like the premise of this, and I think that they've been quite creative with getting a lot of uniqueness out of a limited set of mechanics when it comes to the mini games. Yeah. I do think that there could have been a little bit more interaction with the story there.
Yeah. Yeah, I think clearly the kind of the game and the story are quite separate, right? And that's kind of where it's perhaps not been so successful. But I think there's a trap for this kind of thing that a lot of people fall into, which is not to make the decisions that interesting, right? And I think by giving you all that kind of backstory and kind of setting up, people in the village talk about what's happened in the past. They've actually done quite a nice job of doing that. So they've added a lot of depth to what is normally quite a straightforward sort of choice structure, if you like. So yeah, I think they've done a good job. Right, we ought to move on to our next game. Okay, so our final game is called Little Town. Ah, nice.
Ooh, this is sweet.
This is very nice. So again,
might require an audio adjust.
Yeah, audio's a bit loud, so let's do a little mixer adjustment. Hang on a second. There we go. That's a bit better. But yeah, nice. I like the black and white. That's kind of it's very bold.
It's a cool stylistic choice.
So settings, okay, all right. You got okay. Oh, I've got my. They've thought of me with the music volume, but
they've got a resolution toggle as well. That's not something we see very often in these game settings.
No, it's not, is it? Look at that. Okay, nice. All right. Well, full marks for completeness. Should we get into it?
Let's launch straight in. Yeah.
E.
Oh.
Go talk to the town people before ending the day. Okay. E. So I've got some icons above. I've got I'm carrying around 3 logs, apparently, which must be heavy.
3 logs and 3 bread.
And 3 bread. And then I'm guessing it's WAS to move. It doesn't say, but yeah. Okay, there we are. That's right. It's a bit sort of interesting. Go and talk to the townspeople, all right? I could presume I can... Oh, nice.
Help, help.
Yeah.
It's a nice little character portrait.
It is. Nicely done, isn't it? My mum, she hasn't eaten in 2 days. Now she's not getting up. Oh, we get a choice. So can I? How do I select? A mouse, maybe?
Yes, don't
oh,
worry,
it's a mouse.
or no, she's dead.
Oh, I can't. Let's
Rip off that band-aid early.
Okay, well, he sounded really convinced. All right, so is this basically when we go around and find out that everyone is starving? Good morning, young man.
Good morning, young man.
Okay, I may be old, but I can still work a field. All right. Okay. Oh, assign job, give food.
Okay.
Oh.
So we got a little bit of resource management perhaps going on.
Yeah, should we assign a job? What should I do? Get wood or get food? Well, food, I think. He was starving, wasn't he, that kid?
Yeah.
Alright. I should go and... Goodbye. Alright, so if I go and speak to the kid, can I tell him to go and live with a farmer? No, I can't interact with him.
Okie doke.
Alright, so let's try this one. Actually, was it a different colour, that E? Was it like a faded? Nope, same colour.
Same E.
Okay, let's try this one. Lumberjack. I'm guessing he goes and gets the wood. Yeah. Anything I can do for you? No, use an axe, get firewood. Yeah. Okay. So
Okie doke.
say hi to the... Alright, well, I guess give firewood? Assign job.
Yeah, assign job.
What should I do? Get wood, I guess. Mr. Lumberjack. Alright. There's something weird going on with it because I'm selecting the options with the mouse, so I'm left clicking and I'm pressing E to progress the dialogue. It might be nice if that was a bit more consistent.
Yeah. Bound to the same button or like both on the controls, both on the mouse.
There's another person. That's the Huntress. So you're the new mayor. Do we know we were the mayor?
I don't think so. I think that we're finding out right now.
Okay. Alright. Okay. Oh, okay. So she's picked up. We talked to the lumberjack. Okay.
Ooh.
Something going on there. What jobs can we assign to the... Oh, go hunt.
So, yeah.
Right, go hunt, I guess. Goodbye. I've got... Okay. Oh, it's the end of town. It's a very small town. Let's talk to... Well, it's a little town, I suppose. It's like literally in the title. Miner. Oh, it's a miner. Okay. Morning. Very jaunty pose from the miner. I like that. I'm the miner. Mine stuff. Yeah. Okay. So...
Okay.
But he can't do it on his own. Go mine.
Go mine.
All right. So that's not going to work, I'm guessing, because he's not got anyone else mining. Okay.
I presume you, as the mayor, choose one of the NPCs to like accompany with you.
Yeah.
Or to accompany them, rather.
So far I've got a farmer that presumably gets food, a lumberjack that gets wood, a huntress that goes hunting, and a miner who can't mine without the help of one of the others, and a boy and his rather sad-looking mother.
Yes.
She is dead.
She's dead.
Oh, perhaps we shouldn't have... Oh, where should I go? Ah, he's responding now. Go and stay with a farmer.
Ah, that's cool.
Okay.
So maybe he's the one that goes and assists one of the townspeople as opposed to you as the mayor.
Yeah. Right. E? I've sort of spoken... Oh, the collector. Okay, good evening. Don't be scared. It's a pleasure to meet you. I am the collector. Okay. All right. So listen up. So the collector wants
Ooh.
tribute. Okay. So wants some firewood. Okay. Oh, we've
Okay.
got...
So we
What's-
collected some metal from mining, it would seem.
Yeah, what do you think happens if I press one of these things? If I press 7? Oh, we've got 7 of them. 6 of those,
Yes,
5
yeah.
of those. All right. Okay. So, oh, there's the boy there, the guy. So, all right. Should we... Oh, and his mum's gone as well. So that's nice. I'm glad they didn't just
Yeah.
leave her rotting in the field. You know?
That would have been quite
It's
macabre.
like, yeah. Oh, okay.
Oh,
Okay,
he's
so-
looking worse for wear.
Okay. Signed
So
job.
perhaps it's because we didn't give them either firewood or food yesterday. Perhaps he's looking both cold and hungry.
Yeah.
So if we give them each... I think we have enough for
We can-
feeding and heating most of the village today.
Yeah, well, let's give him some firewood then. And give him some food. And then assign him a job. Get food. Okay. Goodbye. Can I talk to this person's boy separately? Oh, help get food, help get food, give firewood. I can't... maybe I should have sent him to the miner.
Maybe.
But yeah. Alright, give firewood. Well, I don't want to give him... You're staying with this bloke. I've already given you food and firewood.
So help get food, I guess?
Yes. Help get food. And then
That's his, like, task for the day.
And then should I give him some more food? Maybe give him some
Yeah.
food. He doesn't need firewood. He's staying with the lumberjack. Just huddle around the same fire. Okay. Lumberjack. Oh yeah, he's okay.
Yeah, he looks
okay.
a little worse for wear as well.
If they get
I think
cold,
that's very cool. Because we
Yeah.
didn't give any resources to anyone.
No.
I presume that they've both gotten cold and hungry, but I wonder if we can see that changing in the like character art separately. Whether
Yeah.
if we just given them wood or just given them food, whether they'd have like just the cheek in or just the little shivering lines around them.
So what are we running? We're running short on... I'm not quite sure what we're supposed to do with the mine. We've got the miner, but he's getting us these ingots, whatever they are. I'm not entirely sure what they're valuable for. So the huntress presumably goes hunting for... Oh, you hear that chopping all night? Trees don't scream, but villagers do. Okay. Okay. Alright, well you can have some firewood. And you can have some food. And then assigning job, presumably she gets food? If she goes hunting?
Yeah, the hunt sounds like a...
Is that
It
enough
might
food?
be a less consistent version of the farmer, where you might get like a higher
Yeah.
risk reward.
So, and then we've got the farmer. So, oh, the miner, rather. So we give him some firewood. We give him some food. And then, do you want him to go mine, or should we go and get him to top up some food? We don't have much food. Actually,
Yeah,
the
let's
kid,
grab some food.
was the kid getting food?
Well, like, yeah, okay. So if you get wood with the miner,
Let's try to get wood. Okay. So, I presume this...
just for curiosity's sake, what happens if you go further south?
So
Is there
there's
just
a...
like a border there as
Yeah,
well?
this border here goes all the way around.
Okey
So
doke.
I checked out the
Yeah.
bottom one. I was just going to check out to see what was at the top. Just in case they popped any Easter eggs up here. So that's our house. Yeah, that's the top of the town.
Maybe that tree that we see, or like the stumps of trees that we see, are indicating that there's a limited amount of wood that we can chop over the course of the game.
Well, that would be bad news. But yeah, okay. Interesting. So there's all sorts of things. Yeah, so it's not quite clear. Like there's piles of wood around the lumberjack's house, but not clear if that's actually related to... Because there's 3 piles and we've got 3 wood, right?
Yeah.
Do you think that's the case?
Oh, and then there's
no,
2 further
2
there. I think they might be just decorative then.
Just decorative, right. So let's get back up here. And I'm not quite sure why there's a wolf's thing on the door here.
Maybe
Collector.
that's kind of linking it back with the Aesop's fable.
Yeah. Do you think the collector is the one who wants the ingots?
Mm.
Oh no, he asked for. Do you know what?
He asked for wood.
I completely forgot you wanted wood. Yeah, go on then. So he wants more food next time. So yeah, we're a bit short of So I'm kind of. So obviously this is a resource management game, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's difficult to see. Like, I've forgotten how much wood I had. I've forgotten how much wood I used. So I just gave him food, right? So he took 3 food. So I would have had 7.
I think he just took 3 firewood, and now he's asked for 3 food tonight.
Okay.
And there you go. The farmer is no longer looking cold and
so he's
sickly.
So he had shiver marks around him before, and he had sort of squiggles. So
and his cheeks were like gaunt and close to the bone.
Yeah. Okay, so all right. Well, let's give you some more firewood. I'll give you some more food, and assign a job. So it's coming out for food, right? We need lots of food.
Yeah, we should stock up as much as we can on that.
Okay, and we're gonna. Well, the kid still.
The kid's cold because we didn't give him firewood. Despite the fact that he was staying with the farmer, the farmer's firewood didn't carry.
Okay. All right, so I've given him firewood. What was I limited on? I can't remember.
Food. Food was the limiting factor because we got to make sure that we have at least 3 for the collector.
So he's going to get food. All right, bye-bye. And then this guy...
now we don't have enough for the collector unless we outproduce.
I'm guessing we
tonight.
Outproduce, right?
Yeah.
I chop wood right by a hunting spot so I can be in her presence. Do you think there's a little romance going on here? Yeah, finer eyes. Okay, well maybe we should... How could you not... Should we... No, we need the wood though.
I think we can still assign him the job.
Should we assign him...
To
get wood?
Yeah, and then if we assign the huntress to food...
And then here's some... Give you some firewood and give you some food. I can't remember what we got left. Goodbye. So we've only got 1 food left. So let's... Okay.
Ooh.
Okay. All right. So she's appreciative of our lumberjack friend, which is good. So we've only got 1 food. So we give her a firewood. I give her a food. What should I do? Get food?
I'd say get food as opposed to go hunt.
I don't know what go
so
hunt
we can
does.
ensure. I think she said at the beginning when you first talked to her something about there being like a less consistent means of gathering resources than the farmer and lumberjack.
Yeah. Okay, I like this bit of miners noticing something's going on. So we can give you some firewood. So we didn't have the option to give him food because we haven't got any left. You better go and get some. So what are we short on? We got lots of them going. Should we get some more wood?
Can do, yeah. I'm concerned whether we'll have enough for the collector and also to feed our town the next day.
Yeah, well, we fed them today. You know,
feeding them once every other day is good enough.
So let's make a decision. Hello, collector.
That's a good.
What I asked for. Do you have 5 food for me?
Oh, 5.
No.
Sacrifice kid.
So, alright, this is +3 +1. So, okay. So if I sacrifice the farmer, I get 3 food?
Yes.
If I sacrifice the lumberjack, I get 3 wood. Sacrifice the huntress +1 each item. I don't know what that means. Sacrifice the miner +3 iron. Or sacrifice the kid, you get nothing. But you don't have to feed the kid. Well, there you go. I mean, I don't want to break up. That's a lovely romance going on there.
Yeah.
I reckon we could. I mean, there's no option to not sacrifice anybody, which I noticed. It's like, I feel bad for the kid. He's helping out the farm. I reckon we get rid of the miner. We don't need his iron, And he's just
Fair.
eating up valuable food.
Then we'll have collected 8 of it in total. Because see, we got him to do a little mining
we
at the
did.
beginning. If we kill him and get his iron now, we're just banking on the effects that, or we're banking on the assumption that we won't need more than what we'll have.
Let's do it.
Very well done.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I love that evil laugh sound effect.
it's a very
I think
evil
that's like a Bowser one or something.
Okay. Oh, let's give him some firewood. Give him some food. Assign him a job to go and get food. I didn't.
Yes.
Goodbye. See, the other thing is your resources disappear. So when you're making the active decision about what they should do, you can't see your resources, which is a shame, I think.
Could be a little information design improvement to be made at some point.
So we definitely don't have enough stuff here. So I've got, although I've only got.
You have to make
3...
some choices again.
I've only got 3 left, haven't I? Because we got rid of the miner. See?
Yeah.
He's gone. Tragic.
And there's his
and
leftovers. 9 it was, not 8.
Okay, there we go. That should be enough, shouldn't it? So who have I fed now? Have I fed you? Help get food. Okay.
Yeah.
So is that because he only can do what I send him to do?
I presume when you give him, like, as a helper to one of the NPCs, he gains the ability of that NPC.
Yeah.
So if you gave him the lumberjack to stay with, he'd be able to help collect wood.
Okay, so you get wood. What did the collector want tonight? Do you remember?
Oh, I was not paying the most attention to that. I gotta be honest.
No, I don't think
Let's
I was
hope
either.
let's hope it's the metal, and that he doesn't want 10.
Let's do that. Give food. Assign job. Go hunt. Whatever that does. Neither of us was paying proper attention, but we think it might get food. Right, there we go. That was day 4. See, it's getting quicker as we lose villagers as well. So, okay. Do you have my 6 iron?
Yeah,
Yes,
there it
I
is.
do. No problem. It's equal part food and wood.
Okay.
Brilliant.
You may need to allow them to just starve and freeze today, then. If you just get them to collect rather than giving them any of the resources, then we'll probably have enough to give to the collector.
You're right, because they look happy, don't they?
Yeah, they're healthy enough.
Yeah. So go on. You go and get some food. Goodbye. So here we go. You help get some food. So again, it's this weird combination of pressing E and clicking. Like I'm even doing it. I press E to progress the dialogue, and I have to click on the option, and it still feels a little bit strange.
Just a little clunky.
Assign job. You should go and get wood. While I'm doing this, should we start talking about the presentation?
Yeah, let's have a little look at the mark scheme, start filling in some things. So, graphics, audio, and information design. I really like the graphics. If I had to guess, this seems like the developers have hand-drawn a lot of these assets, if not everything in the game.
Yeah,
so,
looks
full
way,
credit for that. That looks very nice, especially with the variations on the character art when they are experiencing like a night of having not eaten or a night of having not had firewood. They come back with the little updated portraits. That's an excellent touch.
Yeah,
the background audio is quite nice.
Yeah, I think so. And so the information design is mostly good, and the resources are really clear. But like I said, there's a couple of niggles. So like when you, well, the one niggle I think is when you're making the decision about the resources, you can't see how many resources you have. The same is true at the night when you're deciding whether to share or not, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's slightly problematic. But generally speaking, I mean, good would be that presentationally it's sort of at the sort of professional level, complete and effective. And I think it's kind of there. And you might even argue that some bits of it around the character art is getting towards impactful and kind of appealing. So, I don't know.
Perhaps somewhere halfway in between?
Yeah, halfway between maybe. Right, give me the tribute. Forward. Okay. Keep it up. Oh, survivors ending. Some of you survived, but some couldn't make it. The fox, seeing imminent danger, approached the lion and promised to contrive for him.
That's the reference to what portion of the fable that they are drawing inspiration from. That's cool.
So, okay, I think we'll get onto this. We'll get onto this later. But I am slightly perplexed by the actual agency I have in this game. I wonder, what should we do next time? Should we just let them all starve to death and see what happens?
let's have a minimal interaction run where we just start the day.
Yeah.
We don't assign them to jobs, that sort of stuff.
Yeah. So she's not getting up. Will my mum be okay? No.
Ooh, little bit of information there that I didn't pick up on last time. It said she hasn't eaten in 2 days, which
nice.
kind of
All right.
tutorializes the element of you can allow them to not eat for a day, but if you
Nicely
don't
done.
let them eat
Yeah.
for 2 days, your
Yeah.
NPCs probably die.
Yeah, that's nicely done. All right. Well, we better send all these guys out for jobs, I guess.
Yeah, may as well. I mean, they'll have
morning.
2 days of usefulness before we let them die.
Okay.
While you're doing that,
Yeah.
do you want to have a little think about the mechanics, controls, and bugs?
Yeah. So okay. So I haven't spotted any bugs. So I
No
think
bugs
that's
so
fine.
far.
The controls are generally okay, apart from that little weird fiddly bit between the mouse and the E. And it's like
Yes.
I just feel like I should be either using the keyboard or using the mouse, and there's no real reason. Yeah, or both, like you said. But that's a minor quibble, but it is constantly bugging me.
Yeah.
Mechanics is quite low, isn't it?
There's not a lot of complexity in the mechanics. It's largely you walk between the NPCs, you select something to do, and then you go and start the day again.
Yeah. So I select an NPC by walking to them, and then I have the dialogue, and that's it. So I think that is quite low. Right, let's get him to go off.
So, a pass would be challenging, simple game with few mechanics, awkward controls, may have serious bugs. That's the thing. Because this game isn't demanding any, like,
No.
player skill in the, like, inputs, it's all about what their choices are. I'm not even sure if we can say that level is hit for sure.
Yeah, I think so. For the mechanics, so the poor would be insufficient mechanics, right?
Yeah.
And it does feel like it's maybe either at that level for mechanics or maybe halfway between the two. But the controls are better than that. The controls were fine, they're usable, so that's up at the satisfactory level. And there
aren't any bugs.
There aren't any bugs. So I kind of think maybe at the pass level is probably about right, given all of that balance. Okay. There's always a bit of luck, but so I'm not quite sure. Why would I guess I could send them out to do the other jobs, but at the moment, all right. What should I do?
My assumption is that they can get one resource of their like non-favored resource, and then 3 of their favored resource.
That makes sense.
And then with the Huntress, I'm still not exactly sure what that is, but I think that it's chance based.
Yeah. So you go mine. So we just told them all to go and goodbye. So that's actually what we did last time, right? Actually.
Yeah.
But we haven't sent the kid anyway
Except this
yet.
time we also haven't fed or warmed them to any degree.
I'm gonna go stay with the miner.
All right.
Okay. So despite the fact the farmer's the only one who mentions him, I think you can send him to any of them.
I think so.
And then
whichever resource you want to
Yeah.
have a little extra of.
Yeah. Okay. Good evening. Don't be scared. Pleasure. Blah blah
The
blah.
Bowser laugh gets me every time. It's really good.
You want a tribute? Okay. So he wants some firewood.
Okie doke.
So are we just gonna let them all die?
Yeah, let's see what happens when they all die. We can send them
Get
out
some
for jobs, but
food.
if we don't provide them with anything...
Yeah, you can go off and get some signed job, get wood. It's nice that there's a bit of a relationship between these two, but I'm still not entirely sure what the purpose of that is.
I would imagine if one of them dies, then you get some interesting character dialogue from the other one.
Well, tell you what, you can go get wood with the lumberjack, all right? No, let's spend a day together.
Your last day.
Your last day. And then we've got the kid. Help him mining. Bye.
He's so small and meek.
He's fabulous, actually. And yeah, you go mine as well, while you've still got the breath in your body. So this will be the second day with no food. Let's see what happens tomorrow. I mean, I hope they still provide. Yes, I do. I'm fine. Oh dear.
Uh-oh.
Ah,
Yep.
he is dead.
He's dead.
He is dead. Yeah, so it's... Oh, no, the kid's still
The
going.
boy lives.
The boy lives. He lives. Help him mining? Yeah, you go do some mining, kid.
I'm sure he's going to be helping.
He's dead.
Okay.
All right, there we go. Let's see what happens when I... So it's only 4 days, wasn't it? Yeah, collector, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, here's the wood. Good job. Back for iron. Brilliant. They're all still dead. They're still floating around. Oh, kid's dead.
Kid's dead.
Oh, well, this is a quick run.
We'll see what kind of ending this gets us.
Well, you know how this goes now. Do you have my 6 iron? Yeah. Go for it. They're all dead. So...
Just run it back again.
4 food and 4 wood.
Well, we've got plenty
No.
of resources, but
No.
not... No,
Oh,
never
I can
mind.
only sacrifice myself.
I see.
Death ending. You were sacrificed. Okay. All right. Shall we carry on? So we've got an idea now about what's going on. I'm guessing you've also got in the notes some stuff there about the structure of their story and how the various decisions relate to one another and stuff.
Yes. So we've got day 1. The NPC assigns jobs assign the NPC jobs and or give them resources. Assign the kid at a location to stay and learn about the cold and hunger conditions. Yep. You meet the collector in night 1. Day 2 through 4, you select your NPC choices, try to keep the town alive while also getting tribute for the collector, and you get better details of what the cold does. On nights 2 through 4, you offer the tribute or sacrifice an NPC if you don't have the tribute. And then on day 5, you trigger the ending if it's not been triggered already. The ending triggers, excluding those which are triggered by intra-game actions, are either all died, some died, or none died. So on the first run, we got the some died.
Yeah.
And then we've got the... Well, we would have had the all died ending, but we actually got the had to sacrifice ourselves ending first. Okay. So I presume that's the interrupt. You can get everyone died, nobody died, somebody died, or you died on the way because you had to sacrifice yourself.
Yes. I was hoping just to give everyone food today, but I haven't got enough. It's a bit of a shame. So
It'd be cool if we could get one good run in this playthrough nonetheless, but even if we don't, I kind of understand where that would be leading.
Right, so they've all had food, apart from the miner, who I think I gave firewood to?
Yeah.
I think. Did I give him firewood or not? Perhaps I didn't.
Seems maybe didn't.
Unless he just takes all my firewood. All right, let's go back up here. So let's talk about the story engine while we are going through here.
So, in this particular game, it's a little difficult for me to mentally form the distinction of what is game and what is story.
So this is always the problem if they haven't got much game, right?
Yes.
So the game here is to do with the resource management, right? But the other problem is the resource management is tied very closely to all of the decisions. So in fact, there are no narrative decisions in this game, right? So there's no narrative decisions. Every interaction I have is a resource decision. I was going to say talking to the kid is actually telling him whether his mum's dead or not. That's a narrative decision.
That is a narrative decision.
Oh, did I not tell him where to go? That was a mistake. Go with the huntress. Right, so I gave him food, I think. Or maybe I didn't. Maybe I didn't give him food. You can have some food, because I can't remember what I did with you. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to stop playing to talk a minute. So I think
That's okay.
Yeah, so I think the problem here is that there really isn't much game at all, right? So like I said, the game is just the resource management elements, and the walking around, but there's also no narrative either, right? What we have here is a very simple set of mechanics which are narrativized. So I'm making them through a narrative interface, but the actual story is, there's no narrative events. There's a little bit of character development, I suppose, between a couple of the characters.
Like character deaths, I would say, are the narrative events that occur.
Yeah.
But they're like delivered to you as
Yeah.
he is dead, she is dead,
Yeah.
and then you don't get the rest of what they're able to do in the game.
So normally with these types of things, you would say, let's say we're interested in to what extent does the game world impact the story, and to what extent does the story impact the game world, right? So the problem here is that in terms of the game world impacting the story, the game world is essentially the three stats that we have above, right?
Yes.
Logs, bread, iron. That's it. And you would say, well, it does impact the story because the people die, right? But the people don't have a story. They're not telling you a story. So I suppose
they've not got really an arc, with the exception of maybe the romance arc.
Yes.
But that's not this isn't a romance game. That's like a side story.
Yeah, but even so, there's you have no agency over that at all, I guess, other than whether they die or not. So yes, I think that's it. That's the one place where the game world impacts the story is you don't see the romance arc if you allow one of those two to die. And that's the only place, right?
Well, and I suppose what ending you get, that is also a way that it does affect the story.
Okay, well, yeah, the sort of resolution at the end, I suppose. Yeah, that's true. Okay,
so it's two ways, kinda.
So a couple of ways, quite limited. So, I mean, a pass would be a few sparse or minor examples of where the game world impacts the story. And a poor would be some support for story elements, but the game world has no real impact on the story. So I think it's not down there.
I think it's either somewhere between or it's at a pass.
Yeah, I think if you were being generous, you would give them a pass, I think. So let's be generous, people. Let's do that.
Cool.
So the other way round, does the story impact the game world? So the story...
I presume if you consider the narrative beats of characters dying directly affects the game world in so much as you can no longer play those characters.
The problem is it's so direct, right? So I get to decide which one dies by sacrificing them.
Yeah.
So is that a story decision, or is that, it's more of a resource decision, right? There's no... I suppose, yeah. I mean, I don't know whether there's other interactions, like if you send the lumberjack and the huntress off together, do they, is there some kind of consequence? But again, it feels really slim because there's so little story. So does the story impact the game world? Is really saying, does the death of the boy impact death of the boy's mother impact the game world? Well, I guess it does, but you didn't have a hand in that, so that just kind of happened.
Yeah, that happened prior to the player having agency over the world.
Does the so I gave him food. Yes, he's going to get firewood today. I'm going to send him off to get food. Goodbye.
Okay, so I've had a look at their document of how does the game world impact the narrative. Something that maybe we haven't picked up on explicitly is, depending on which characters are alive, the voice lines, or rather the dialogue of the remaining characters changes. So they will comment, if they are a surviving member, oh no, it would appear that my fellow village person has died. So I'm feeling bad.
So that's another minor way in which the story... picks up on the game world. So I think that kind of makes me feel better about that pass. Makes me feel like it was justified.
So about the game world impacting the story.
Does the story impact the game world?
Yeah.
So the problem is there is no story state. I don't think.
Yeah,
there's no-
this is where I would say it's hard to say between whether which characters are currently alive. Is that a mechanic or is that a story element?
Yeah. It kind of here it's kind of framed as both, right? But it's again
Yeah.
it's pretty minimal. That's the only one really. So I think again, if you're being generous, you'd probably say it was a pass.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're suffering from not having a properly distinct set of mechanics and narrative story going on at the same time. Like there should be narrative events that are happening. Like the relationship between the huntress and the miner should be the lumberjack should be developing, right? So I think I gave him firewood last time, so I'm going to give him food. It's hard to tell. Again, that's another problem with the feedback. Although I think that the squiggles on them mean that they're hungry, and the shaking means that they're cold, right?
Yeah, I was expressly looking for the gaunt, like sucked in cheek for when they're not fed.
Let's go up here. So, hello, says the collector. Yes, you can have the 3 firewood. Want some food.
Something that I hadn't considered as a playable option, if you do have the appropriate amount of resources, but then you say no to the collector anyway, are you still able to do a sacrifice?
Oh yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying my best to keep these guys alive at the moment.
Yeah.
Right. So he looks like he's hungry?
Yeah, he's hungry but not cold.
So we're going to assign a job, go and get the wood. Goodbye. So I'm alternating what I'm giving them. Unfortunately, I couldn't do it the same.
Yeah.
So hungry as well, by the looks of it. Food. Assign job, go hunt. Bye.
So if we're comfortable with giving both game world to story and story to game world a pass, what do we think about the richness of choices?
Oh, he's both, bless him, isn't he?
He is both. So let's think about what your choices are as a player. So you can choose which resources between food and firewood you want to give to each of your NPCs. You don't get a choice on the iron, that's exclusive, or the metal, that's exclusively for the collector. And then you also get the choice, if your hand is forced, which ones do you want to sacrifice? So you get 4 sets of like an A, B, or both, or neither. And then you get 1 choice between 5 of them that you can, I guess, have repeated twice if you muck up both days.
Yeah.
Or actually all 3 days.
Yeah. So I think that basically says yes, there's a number of choices, right?
Yeah, they hit the satisfactory.
But okay, except right?
Oh,
but again,
I see.
Are they're not narrative choices, right?
No.
And what we're asking for is interesting choices. So we want interesting narrative choices which fall into that grey area of it's not best to do this or this. They're not mechanical. That's the definition of what we said. You know, when we set this out in the sessions, we said that these are not mechanical choices where there's a right answer, right? They are grey choices about morality or ethics or preference, basically, or values. There's none of those in here, right? So I think what we've got here is
it is a number of choices, but it's not a number of interesting ones, perhaps.
Yeah. So player agency, I would say that the that bit of it is at the poor level. Player agency is problematic, right? Because it's bound so tightly up with the mechanical. On the other hand, there are a number of choices. So again, I think probably we're at the pass level.
Yeah, it evens out.
And I still feel that we're being generous with that because Yeah, because it's so sparse. The narrative bit's so sparse. I can't remember what I've done now. Go talk before any of the day. Okay.
Maybe
Who am I
we'll
not
give
talk
the
to?
the scores like a final scan over at the end and see if we want to make any adjustments.
Yeah,
But
I think
for now,
yeah, I think we're
pacing.
there. Pacing. So what we're looking for here is kind of a rising dramatic tension, preferably
Yeah.
with several sort of peaks to it.
I guess the collector does ask for an increasing amount of resources.
Yes, and also the appearance of the collector is a nice dramatic beat as well.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that there's any final kind of climatic. There's a resolution at the end, but there's no agency in there.
Yeah. It's a have you managed to survive all three of the collector's demands?
Yeah. So if we look at the pacing thing, satisfactory would be there is some ascending pacing, and what a good would be ascending pacing with a clear final peak. So I don't think it's that, and
I do think it hits the satisfactory in some ways. Yeah.
Yeah, pass would be pacing unclear or flat, and I think it is better than that. So yeah, I think probably at the satisfactory level for pacing. Okay.
And in terms of story techniques, how many story techniques have been used and to what degrees of efficacy?
They're all still alive. Oh yeah, look at that.
So we've got
yeah.
some really nice storytelling in the graphics. I think that's something we've talked on a fair bit, but that the characters do update to show their current status.
Yes.
We've got the story technique of like just the dialogue system as like our main means of having the story delivered to us. And then secondarily we're shown the like dead characters if you do happen to let them die, which is tutorialized a little bit at the beginning.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this is one of the best bits of this actually, because you're right, we've got environmental storytelling. We've got this kind of interface we're in now where we're chatting and you've got the character portrait and you get the dialogue and you get the little cutscene with the I mean, I guess you could argue it's the same thing as this, right? But it's effectively framed as a sort of cutscene between where the collector comes. So yeah, I think they did a good job. They've kind of got 2.5 different methods.
A satisfactory would be fully successful use of at least one game writing technique, and then a good would be successful use of more than one game writing technique.
I think they're there. The one above that requires the mechanics reflect the themes. So I don't think they do. I know that and that's again that's weird when you think that the story effectively is the resource management. But actually the story isn't that, right? The story is about the collector coming. And what you're doing on a day-to-day thing is you're walking around doing resource management. So that... I just don't feel like the decisions, like the moment-to-moment decisions I'm making as a player don't match with the overall kind of narrative theme, if you like. What does she want? She's hungry. Food.
So perhaps a good for that.
I think so. Yeah. I think it's still one of the strongest bits.
And then in terms of feedback, so we've got a nice little bit of feedback here. Our feedback consisted of properly explaining the game's trajectory and mechanics. We chose to alleviate this by adding explanations in the NPC dialogue, with the description of keeping hints subtle, while still properly defining how the mechanics affect the gameplay. So yeah, I think we slightly skimmed over those a little bit on our first run through, but as I saw later with the beginning, the mother saying she hadn't eaten for 2 days and as a result was dead, that's a very good example of how they tutorialized subtly through the dialogue.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah. Just one thing to note, I got the survivor's ending again.
Ah, you did.
But that's because when I went to the miner, he needed food and I didn't have any. So he died. He died off screen.
Yes.
But it doesn't tell me that, right?
True,
so
true.
that's slightly problematic. Sorry, I interrupted you with your feedback.
That's okay, that's okay. It's good to see that you got the survivor's ending. The next piece of feedback is for managing resources to impact game escalation. It was
Yeah.
recommended to us to create a mutable spreadsheet of the values of each resource, keeping gameplay in mind.
So that sounds to me that what they did is they basically created an interactive story, and somebody
Yeah.
said to them, "There's no game here," and they put the resource management bit in,
Hmm.
which is odd
I
given the way it's
suppose
framed. But yeah,
Yeah, I suppose they have like successfully implemented that in so much as they've done what has been asked, but I think
yeah,
that that doesn't quite hit the like
no,
interpreted level.
no, and also they've been told that to have some game element in there, and what they've done is that they've essentially just taken their story and turned it into a set of mechanics. Whereas you want to have a story going on over the top of that game where you're trying to keep people
Yeah.
alive. So the yeah, I want to be making resource decisions, and I also want other narrative stuff to be happening, right? So
So
yeah, okay,
here's something. The final piece of feedback has given me an absolute curveball.
okay.
We were recommended to make better story branches, so we created more branches, such as the minor hole ending and the huntress and kid killing the collector ending. I would be
Wow.
very interesting to see how we get those.
Yeah, well, I sent.
Unfortunately, that isn't described at all in the narrative structure portion of the
Okay.
hand-in. So, though
Yeah,
we
I wonder
might
if
have
they implement.
found out how to do that in the play,
So I
we wouldn't
sent.
know about that.
So I sent the kid to the huntress,
Yes.
and he was with them with her, and they both survived to the end of the game. So I don't understand how we would have got more than that from them. We never did we send the kid to the miner? I can't remember, but that's the other
The
way, right?
minor hole ending, apparently, is the
Yeah.
other one.
Maybe if you get both of them to mine lot, but it also sounds from their description that they haven't actually implemented that, or it's not there. Yeah,
Uh,
interesting, because it's not on their diagram. You said.
well, okay, their diagram isn't a diagram. It's 5 pieces of text saying
Right.
day
Okay.
1, night 1, day 2 through 4, night 2 through 4, and then day 5.
Right. Okay.
The fact that we are lacking a diagram means that we don't know
Yeah.
what things you need to do exactly to get those endings.
Yeah.
I would assume though that they have implemented them.
Okay. Although it's odd that it didn't trigger for the huntress and the miner. But again, this
Yeah.
goes back to the interesting choices thing. It's like it's if there's no hint that I mean the miner I suppose said he had 2 people he could have a tunnel, but I don't know. It's still not disambiguated enough, I think. So it sounds like where we're getting to here was that the satisfactory would be feedback was addressed and the changes have been somewhat successful, and it's at least there, right? They've had feedback, they've implemented it. So the question is, does it count as good? Do we think that the changes have been successful?
I
Right?
think their first change certainly was.
Yeah.
Their second one maybe less so, and their third one we've not stumbled into those
Yeah.
answers, so I find it difficult to say
Yeah.
how well they've done that.
So maybe we put it halfway between satisfactory and good, and that's where it kind of
Yeah.
sits. Okay, so to finish up, what are your overall thoughts on this one?
I think that this game's art is really nice. I think
Yeah.
that it's a very cute, cozy game. The thing is if you removed all of the like visual elements to it and just stripped it down to the gameplay,
Yeah.
it's not got that many moving parts to it, and
No.
it's not got like a lot of payoff.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I have a soft spot for parts of this game, and I'm
Yes.
sad that I can't like give it more for the parts of it that I like.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think the aesthetic is lovely, and there's also some really nice touches, like the child and his mother, and the relationship between the two of the characters. There's little things in there, but there are no narrative events, right? So the key way to say, do I have a narrative, is, are there narrative events? Does things happen in the story that sort of transform the game and change it? And here it's like you said, it's a small resource management game that they've narrativized, And they've done a good job of doing that, but it's not quite what we asked them to do, I think. Okay, well, that was our last game. So thank you very much for watching, and we will see you in the next video.
Bye bye for now.